What about me? What about
You
me?
sound good.
Are you sure?
This one time.
Okay, thanks. I have the kilt in the car.
Awesome.
Are you going double kilt? Are you?
I'm going kilt only for the groupers.
You're not going to be wearing a pair of pants or a pair of shorts the whole entire time.
Yes.
Wow. That is a bold move, my friend.
I understand, and I'm here to accept these things. Okay. We'll start at the top of the hour, so we got a minute and a half.
Wait, can we play Mariah Carey this week now? Fuck. Begging him to play Mariah Carey last week because it was driving Alizé crazy. He wouldn't do it. Thought you were my boy. Why is there an...
We're streaming now also.
Why is there a mic here? Why is there a cord?
Because they probably had a band in here recently, and they had the band play.
Throw it back behind the screen, sir.
Here we go. We are streaming live. There's one person watching, and I am logged in, so I'm guessing that would be us. Chickity check, check, check. Chickity, 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 chick. Chickity, 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 chick. Holy shit, I can't believe they fucking lost that game. That's amazing. 5.5 point spread, thank goodness. Won the bet by a half a point.
30 seconds, all clear.
Break 'em.
When the normal BS just won't do. ChaoticRadio.com.
And mama cooked the breakfast with no hog. I got my grub on, but didn't dig out. Finally got a call from a girl I wanna dig out. Hooked it up for later as I hit the dope. Thinking, will I live another 24? I gotta go, cause I got me a drop top. And if I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop.
What is up? What is up? What is up? Good evening, todos los personas. Hola, ¿qué tal? Soy Jeremías el Judío. Estamos Chaotic Sportes. Hola, hola, hola. We are Chaotic Sports every Sunday night between 6 and 8 p.m. You've had us here on Chaotic Radio. Well, the OGs are back in the house tonight. We got myself, the Jew El Judío. We got CBA right here with us.
Hello.
And we got El Bang.
Hello,
Bang,
hello.
right?
Hey.
What's are we starting off this evening with a telephone call? Is that somebody from Philadelphia? I hope who's
Wow.
who's paying up a bet there.
That's fantastic.
Let's see. A caller, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, man. It's Tony D.
Tony D. You know what, Tony? If you just would have said, you know what, the Eagles are going to win, we probably would have taken that bet. But you backed it up, but with saying by 14 points.
That's right. You're right.
So
You're
how
right.
how do you feel about that, and where are our cheesesteaks?
Okay, so I feel good about the win. Obviously, I feel very good about the win. 14 points. I took a gamble, but
You were
lost
high.
that.
It's okay.
That's all right. So the question is now, where do you gentlemen want your cheesesteaks from? Would you like Geno's, or would you like Pat's, or would you like one from both, one from one from the other, and you can determine which one you like.
B.
They're right across the street.
I know.
They're right across the street from one another.
We've all seen Man vs. Food or every other food show ever from Philadelphia. Yeah, I'd say one from each, right, B? You gotta go one from each, and then you send him to B's house because he's more local. You can get him over here in good time, and then we can get those over here, and we'll eat those on air next Sunday.
Okay, awesome. All right, so what do you want me to do? You want me to send them to the studio address?
No. B will talk to you off the air, and he'll get you another address to send him to. So how are your feelings about facing the New Orleans Saints next week?
All right, so no. We're playing Minnesota. Minnesota won.
Well, hold on. I left the house. New Orleans was winning by.
Yeah. I guess you didn't see the miracle with the touchdown.
No.
At the end of the game?
I'm confused. I took New Orleans on the money line. New Orleans won the game.
Yeah. Well, no. Minnesota won the game.
This is a June denial right now.
You want to make another bet right
There
now
it is.
before you Google it? Minnesota won the game with 8 seconds left through a touchdown pass, dude.
Wow.
Bees,
That was fantastic
Bees
right there.
playing that for us right now in the
How do you
background.
feel?
I feel shocked because I literally CBA and I were in my home and it was time to leave and I said, dude, and New Orleans kicked that field goal. I was like, if something bad happens, I don't want to see it. So let's just get in the car. I go, of course I'm gonna listen to it, but I don't want to see it.
Yeah, well, here's the best part about this. Coming to Philly. I was at the game yesterday, and you guys, I don't know if you guys subscribed, but I was live on my show page yesterday at the game. And when we were down there, it was a good scene. It was crazy. It was chaotic. It was a very ugly win, obviously. Nick Foles, he played good. He played fine. Next week, you're looking at the battle of two defenses.
you're not two backup quarterbacks. That's fantastic.
Exactly.
With two great defenses. That's why I took New Orleans for the money line. Because I'm like, if I got Drew Brees with a chance to win the game, you know what? I'm going to go for it. And I wasn't wrong, not in the least bit. But son of a bitch, I can't.
Yeah. So here's why I'm not ready to make a decision yet on this game yet. Obviously, as a Birds fan, I'm the Eagles all the way, bleed green. But you're looking at a field goal game next week. You're looking at whoever's getting to the 50-yard line and stopping them on the 3 and out and kicking the field goal. That's who's going to win the game. Who's the better kicker next week is what you're looking at. So I'm thinking if everything goes right, you're probably going to be looking at probably one of the lowest scoring NFC East championship games ever. That's my pick on it. I'm looking at like a 9-6 type of win.
I'm not going to lie to you. When you said low scoring, I did think 9-6 as well. But I think that Minnesota has the ability to get big chunks. They do. They're not consistent. And I got to tell you this right now. If Minnesota makes the Super Bowl, they're winning it. There's no doubt in my mind. I don't care who they play, the Patriots or not. And I'm not even sure they're going to play the Patriots. And we'll talk about that a little bit later because Jacksonville's defense is a beast. But But I think Minnesota's winning that Super Bowl if they make it. So I'm not sure if I don't know about Philly's defense as well as Minnesota's defense. I wasn't as impressed with Philly's defense, but then again, they weren't playing, as good of a team either. So
right. I'm also looking at that New Orleans also dropped 20 plus on Minnesota. Eagles have the defense for the Eagles has only given up average 11.5 points a game. So I'm looking at that if you're able to drop 20 plus points on Minnesota's defense, where the Eagles they've only averaged 11.5
all season.
It's going to come down to
11.5 at home.
I think it's 11.5 across the board. I mean, if you really look at it statistically, I'm not 100%. You have to look at the numbers, but it's like 11.5, maybe 12. Yeah. But they it's been very low. I mean, Eagles. Obviously, with Carson Wentz, Eagles are putting up high numbers on the offense.
Today was the first time that Minnesota had given up more than 20 points at home in the entire season.
Right, and
look how those 20 points came in the last 18 minutes.
Right,
with arguably one of the top 3 quarterbacks of all time. So
absolutely.
Yep.
So this is where I'm at
right now.
What's that?
38.5.
No, but what's not total, but how many points is the defense? It might be tough to find on something like that. But what are they giving up a game on defense? The Eagles.
Yeah, what the Birds are giving up on the defense.
Right. I'm glad there's only one bird in the. I'm glad it wasn't bird versus bird again.
No birds, just one bird.
Did you see that? Well, you were at the games. You didn't see the stat they showed on TV yesterday. In the history of birds versus birds in the playoffs. The home bird.
There's a stat.
The home nest. The home nest is undefeated. So literally.
Really.
So if somehow the Cardinals make it next year, the Ravens, if whoever's got the home team, whoever the home team is, there you bet them.
That's the one.
The home nest advantage.
That's what I would do. So this is what I'm going to say to you guys. I'm going to go with my prediction right now.
Sweet.
And I'm just going off of the top of my head. I haven't been wrong so far this year. I'm going to go 12-9 next week. Eagles.
Wow.
I'm going to go 12-9, and I'm going to say that it's going to be a 6-6 game by halftime, and it's going to be a gun show in the air in the second half, I think the Bucks pulled off 12-9 with the home field advantage. That's just me.
I see some defensive scores or some special team scores going on.
Well, pretty much you got to look at it like this, right? Whoever gets a turnover in that game next week, it's going to change the whole game.
Absolutely.
It's not. It's going to be a defensive battle from the start to the finish. Whoever comes on the field with a better defense next week is going to win the game. It's not going to be about offense because you got Casey Keenum, who was a third-string quarterback behind Nick Foles in St. Louis, I think it was, right? And then they both played. They're both nobodies. They haven't really done anything good. He threw for 318 yards with a TD and a pick today. I mean, that's not miraculous numbers. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger threw for 5 touchdowns today and still lost the game.
That was embarrassing.
I mean, but you get what I'm saying? 5 touchdowns.
Right, but they throw the ball. They're just throwing the ball. Where they're just letting the Keenum do his little dump-off passes. And I like Case Keenum. I think he's got that moxie that you need as a starting quarterback.
And FYI, guys, the lowest NFC Championship game ever was 1979. The Los Angeles Rams beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 9-0.
That was in 79?
79.
Because even in 99, didn't the Rams it was like 6-3 or something like that when the Rams played the Bucs?
99 was St. Louis Rams versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And what was that?
11-6.
11-6.
How
with a late score?
How do you remember this?
I don't. I got Wikipedia.
No, I'm looking at the Jew right here.
Because I am a Rams fan.
He's got Google.
It's disgusting how you remember crap like this.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to get you guys out your cheesesteaks. I'm standing outside right now. It's freezing cold out here. I'm gonna get you guys your cheesesteaks, and I guess you guys are gonna be on the. What's that?
I'm asking Siri what the weather like in Philadelphia is. You're an idiot. She just told me it's 21 degrees outside. And you're standing outside.
Yeah,
Come on.
It's cold out here, man.
Yeah, 21 degrees. Get the hell. I'm wearing shorts in the studio.
Yeah, so this is what we'll do. We'll get you out to cheesesteaks. Now, you guys are going to be on the air, obviously, next week when the game's on because the NFC East game starts here, my time, at 6. So that means it'll probably be around fourth quarter by the time that you guys get on the air, right?
I'll be watching it in the booth.
Okay, so what I'll do is we'll call in. I might be at the game next week. If I'm there, I'll give you guys a call in from the game. And we'll get a little live update from the actual game there.
All right.
Sweet.
So what we got next week is what do we got on the line next week?
Yeah, we gotta make it something. What else does Philly have to offer besides cheesesteaks? Come on.
Pretzels. You want a pretzel?
Come on.
I want tasty cakes.
Oh, that's right. You can offer tasty cakes too. So let's just put tasty cakes.
Well, I mean, so we could do tasty cakes, or supposedly we got like the top heroin in the country now. I don't know.
What?
That got CBA's attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you doing the smack now, CBA?
We'll do the tasty cakes, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What do
All
you?
right, we'll do tasty cakes.
Yeah, I'm down to put my money where my mouth is on Minnesota too. So you tell me what you want from out here, and we'll make that happen if you go a straight up bet. So
In and out.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll do in and out. How
How are you gonna freeze that?
we'll figure out something for you,
yeah.
Tony. But
Yeah.
Tony, thank you again. I'll hold up on the line. I'll put you on. I'll play you out your music too, just for you, Tony. Every time you call.
There it is.
Thanks again, man.
Hey, appreciate
All right, bro.
appreciate you calling in. Let me see. Do they have a line yet for next week? It's Minnesota. Minnesota's a favorite, like by 3 points next week. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So all right. Well, cool. We'll
Yeah.
talk to you next week. Go.
All right, yeah. I
Vikes.
gotta go.
All right, bud. Well, that was Tony.
Well, I wanted to say that the entire time you guys were talking, I can only think about the cheesesteak. That was it. I could give 2 shits about what's going on with football.
You weren't part of that bet. You
No.
don't get any of our cheesesteak.
No, this show happens regardless.
You weren't here.
Any
last-
bets that are made, I'm included.
Well, you gotta be able to put. What did you give
But
up?
what?
What'd you offer? What were
Not
you
a goddamn
to lose?
thing.
So you guess what you get?
I offered the
Guess what you
creation of the
receive?
show.
The creation of the show. L'chaim, motherfucker. So that was a hell of a start to our chaotic sports here this evening.
It's
Hopefully
fantastic.
everyone's listening out there. If you want to call in 909-360-8330. We are Chaotic Sports every Sunday night from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Listen, people, we're national.
We are I mean, you know
National, bro.
What? Okay, get one of your gente from Mexico.
Calmate.
Get one of your gente from Mexico to call in, okay?
Hey, people from TJ, call us right now.
I guarantee you next week we will, maybe even this week, I'm going to put it out on Facebook right now. We're going to get an international phone call on this show.
If I go down to San Diego and I cross the bridge,
San Diego?
yeah. If I cross the bridge, does that consider
phone call.
international phone call?
Your shit's gonna be roaming like a mother.
Is
That's gonna be a $45 phone call, but it's gonna be worth it.
but for chaotic sports,
Yeah,
we're now international.
We'll be able to
at that
you'll
point.
you'll be able to write it off.
Look, listen, I'm gonna sacrifice myself and go ahead and do that for the show.
You're gonna go across the border?
I will
And
cross the
and you're
border.
gonna use the word sacrifice.
Yes.
See ya, Donald, Uncle Donald.
Hey, bro, I'm a U.S. citizen.
Right, like the rest of them. You're so cute. Go back to your shithole country. All right.
Whoa, bro.
Oh. Was that too far?
No,
Did-
Trump. It wasn't too far.
Oh, it's Uncle Donald.
Racist bastard.
It's Uncle Donnie.
Uncle Donnie.
Uncle Donnie.
Trumpy poo.
Trump Nation. Yeah.
What a dick.
Yeah. So we're gonna be talking a little bit of sports today.
Are we?
I guess so.
Are we done with Philly
Right.
cheesesteaks?
International relationships, probably. And then we'll be talking some basketball, some football. There's not much to talk about baseball. You know.
Really? Really?
I love it. I mean, it's like less than a month away from spring training.
Yeah.
Pretty excited about that.
That's fine.
You know, but hasn't been any major signings in baseball.
How about
since
some-
the last time we talked?
How about
a week ago.
some D-League hockey?
Ooh, want to talk some D League hockey? We can do
Yeah.
that. Did you win $3,000 there?
I did not, but
Oh well, then you suck. Because the last time B goes to that venue, he wins $3,000.
that is true. But it was not hockey that he went to. He went to basketball.
Can you imagine if B's big black ass went to the hockey game? He got asked to shoot the puck. They would have let him ride the Zamboni. They would have given him every opportunity.
Everything.
Like, sir, come here, please, come here. Holy shit! Do you see this guy? Oh my God! Let him on the Zamboni. Let him shoot the puck through the little slot. Make the slot bigger.
Hey, the Ontario Reign has a black hockey player.
I can't stop
There is
the
more than
rain.
one black hockey player.
Is there more than one on the Reign?
NHL, in NHL.
One
NHL.
of the better ones is
PK Subban.
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Ask me about the Jewish.
Whoa.
Ask me about the Jewish hockey players.
Jewish. Everybody.
None.
None. Zero.
Jews don't get hit.
Big old
Are you kidding?
monkeys that you guys are. And you guys
I mean,
don't play hockey.
Look, the one Jewish quarterback we got.
Who's
Giant Roethlisberger, and he doesn't move for anything. Just
Wait, he said he was
gets hit.
Muslim.
No, he's not. Hello.
No, you lost him already.
Look, my name is Ben Roethlisberger.
He lost.
So B's ass. Have you been to an Ontario Reign game there, B? No. No, wait, hold on. The shaking of the head.
What is that?
No, I have not.
Oh,
So
I can't see it, so I don't understand.
CBA actually went to a sporting event in the last 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Were you there on Wednesday for dollar beer night?
Oh, no, I was there Friday for $2 Bud Lights.
Wait, so when it's not dollar beer night, it's $2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
wow.
listen, you got to
What
watch.
is wrong with? Why am I spending 13 in a game
Oh, no, no,
when
no.
when you can still sell them for 2?
Yeah, they have that, but there's still the $13 tall cans.
Which way did you go? Hold on. We're talking everyone. If you don't know anything about CBA, he's very particular about his beer. He doesn't. I'm not saying he has good beer taste. He's just very particular about his beer. It's usually PBR or Modelo.
Yes.
There's usually no in between,
No.
unless it's free at my house or somewhere else. He's pretty particular if he's buying. So tell the listeners, CBA, which way you went on the. Wait, B, you got a guess on which way he went?
The PBA, the $13 tall can.
He went. You think he went $13? I think he went the Jew route and went the $2 Bud Lights. I think the inner Jew in him took precedence. So CBA, what beer of choice was it for you at the Ontario Reign game?
Listen, we walked in and
It's getting exciting.
and Betty asked that question. She said, "Are you going to go for the $2 Bud Light?" And I said,
Dilly dilly.
"It's Bud Light.
Dilly dilly.
It's Bud Light. I'm going to go get me a tall can."
Wow. Told you.
Good job there, B.
Yeah.
Dilly.
My
dilly
black people
lost
know
out.
me, man. They know me.
Wow. Even I would drink Bud Lights all night long.
I would not touch that thing for
I would
$2.
dilly the shit out of that son of a
Listen,
bitch for $2.
they-
I'd get drunk for $10. You spent $13 on one.
You are a true friend of the crowd. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly. That's from my boy Clayton in Houston, who was the first person that when I went to the World Series, they were all saying that already. I'm like, what the hell is that? And he goes, the Bud Light commercial. I mean, the little 13-year-old kid I'm sitting next to, the Bud Light commercial.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh damn! And now it's huge. You see the one today where they're like, oh, I don't know if I have enough Bud Light for my Super Bowl. He's like, turn me into Bud Light, and the guy, the wizard goes to turn him into Bud Light. And he's like, no, you were about to do it. He's like, you asked me to. Dilly dilly.
Yeah, no $2 Bud Light for me.
Yeah, so I think I might be the only person that's been to a sporting event in like the last month. That's pretty sad.
What are you talking about? I was there Friday.
No, I said I may. Good Lord, thanks for listening. Thanks for sitting right in front of me and listening. I said I may have been the only person.
God,
This is what he brings to the show. Remember that.
Yes, I do. at least it's comedy. At least it's so.
Go on.
So so if anybody wants to invite me to a game this week, I'm open.
The lines are open.
Tomorrow, want to go see the Clippers versus Rockets?
Clippers Rockets tomorrow.
B.
I am down.
Unfucking believable.
I'm down.
He don't even like the Clippers.
I don't like the Rockets either.
Neither.
But that would be a good fun game to
And
go
the
to.
last time I took you to Clippers Rockets game, I remember what happened.
Oh, I do remember that. That was the game of all games. That was the game that ended. That's the game that started the fall of the Clipper Nation.
Of the Clipper.
Yes, that's the game they blew the very large 6-point lead.
No, it was a 22-point half. They had a lead going, and they lost a 3-1 advantage over the Rockets before they went to the Western Conference Finals.
Before they've never been to the Western Conference.
Is-
Yeah, they didn't make it because of that.
Is Paul playing?
Paul,
Yeah.
Chris Paul, he should be playing tomorrow.
yes, but
And
Harden,
Blake's-
He'll get his tribute tomorrow, too.
yeah,
And Blake's back, right?
Harden is not.
Blake is back.
Harden's out.
Harden's out. Harden's been out for a little bit. So, but they still run the ball really fast and throw up a lot of quick shots. And D'Antonio will get booed, Paul will get cheered.
Yeah.
And then DeAndre will be sitting on the bench probably too.
No,
Brian.
DeAndre comes back tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
Excellent, DeAndre.
You're going to go? Seriously?
I'm gonna go see my boy DeAndre. I had a friend named DeAndre in high school. Can you believe that?
And he was Jewish.
Of course he was. All right, let's talk some sports. Pete, you got something on the lineup for us tonight?
Yeah, actually, I was talking about we at least got to talk about the playoffs. The
Playoffs?
What playoffs?
This week.
Playoffs?
That's why we have you, CBA. That's exactly why we have
He's
you.
not even sure. Wait, hold on. Which sport are we talking about right now?
I want to tell us.
CBA, which sport are we talking about? What sport is currently in the playoffs?
Cricket.
Right. They might be. That match might still be on, the one we were checking on last week. We checked on one last
Is
week
that still
live.
the one from...
Oh my goodness. We gotta have somebody call in. We gotta have a cricket specialty. So let's talk about those games. Let's talk about the weekend's games. I did watch. I'd say most of all.
Yeah.
The only one I think I missed was the Pats versus Titans. I just didn't give a damn.
Yeah, I didn't catch that game.
I don't give a damn. It was Titans came out and scored the first touchdown, made 7-zip. Went Nikes, and then defense.
Nikes.
Tom Brady. I mean, I think I'd go there just because. I mean, he is as great as
Yeah.
I mean, he's as great as he advertised, and then the defense just made adjustments against Mariota, and they demolished him after that first touchdown. So
How is he so good?
when you're that handsome,
You have to be good, right?
I'm thinking he maybe has like the littlest dick on the planet.
He's got to have.
And
small
this has got to be like the one thing, like, or maybe it's like the biggest. I don't know.
No, I'm
anymore.
gonna say I'm gonna go with you, and
It's
and
tiny.
He's got a small
It's
one.
tiny, and like he just overcompensates because you're that good looking. You're that good at what you do. Like there's something driving you there.
It's got to be,
Yeah,
or he has a big truck.
I mean, we're all just like whatever because of the size. I mean, we have huge schlongs. Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, of course. That's why we are.
I lost my
Kaotic
leg in
Sports.
the war.
Huge schlong radio. How can we help you?
Here we are.
909-360-8330. We are Chaotic Sports every Sunday night. We are talking about some playoff football. What was the other game there yesterday? There, B was
We
was
had the Eagles versus Falcons, and we had Tony.
we had Tony who just called in there from Philadelphia.
Sweet.
He's calling from the outside with 21-degree Philadelphia.
Listen, this show.
Who's sending B and I cheesesteaks next week?
Hey, whoa, bro! I get one.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You fuckers.
Wow. You know what? Since
You can smell my breath when I'm done.
That's disgusting, B.
And since we're in the same studio,
You
you
know-
can smell
you know-
my farts.
He won't even eat the sandwich. He'll
Nope.
do something else just so I can smell something
I'm okay
horrendous.
with that. I'm okay with this right now.
I'm dieting right
Like,
now.
he's
I don't
gonna-
need to eat. I don't need to eat a bite of it. But
He's gonna invite one of his skankiest girlfriends, and
Why only one?
whoa. And how dare you call them skanky?
I said one of the
And
skankiest.
again, why only one? We'll make it a threesome. Make it have fun.
Yeah. Let's get it on.
Threesome.
You and I must make a pass.
So, we had Big Tony talk to us
Yeah.
about how that
Eagles.
was the Eagles won, and we had a field goal off.
Fly Eagles fly. That was a horrible game yesterday. I'm not gonna lie.
that
That
was
was
not a
not
pretty
a
game to
good
watch.
game.
That
And
was
you know what? The Eagles won it. Yeah, Eagles
Yeah, good
go.
for them. And
Yeah,
then
whatever.
today's games we had the Steelers versus the Jags. And you know something? I honestly thought the Steelers were going to come back that last quarter.
Man,
That was crazy.
two fourth down deep passes for touchdowns. What happened today in football? The last seconds of those type of plays. That's nuts. You don't see that. You just don't ever see like that kind of thing. Fourth and 11. Oh yeah, sure. We're gonna instead of getting a 11-yard pass, we're gonna go 36 yards for the touchdown.
Right.
And only one person can catch it. I was like, are you kidding me? So yeah, I did post earlier that I made some bets today.
Yeah.
I don't bet often.
Wait, I'm sorry. You don't bet often.
I don't bet football very often at all.
Okay.
Yeah. So I used to bet sports back in my younger years, but not recently. I wasn't very good at it. But today I thought I was actually exceptionally well because I put $50 on the I'm sorry, I put 50 pesos on the Jacksonville
Bitcoin.
on the
You put
Jackson on the Jackson
50 Bitcoin.
Oh, I'd be rich. I wouldn't be here if I had 50 Bitcoin. Yeah. I took the Jags. I took the Saints with points. I took them together in a parlay.
Sweet.
I took each of them on the money line to win the game straight up, which the $50 on the money line for the Jags paid me $125. That's pretty damn good,
That's
right
pretty
there.
good.
And if the Saints would have pulled that off, that that bet would have paid me $465, and I would have been celebrating with a steak dinner this evening, this week at some point. You know.
Oh,
No, not for the show. For probably just me and my wife and I, or the side piece. You know.
where'd you make the bet?
Can I get the doggy bag?
I got a friend. Yes, you can. Well, no. I actually have dogs.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll fight for it.
okay.
Yeah, with Sancho? Oh,
Oh, yeah.
wait. It depends on who I give the bone to
Put a
first.
flashlight
Hey,
up and he'll run away.
Hey, CBA, who should I give the bone to first? Sancho or B?
Sweet.
That's not nasty. You nasty.
Oh,
I'm gonna give B the bone first.
I went the wrong way.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, that's messed
It's a
up.
small bone. But
Hey, wait, I thought we just talked about it.
it's a big, strong team.
Hey, it's not Philadelphia. We're not cold in here.
Yeah. It's freezing in here. What are you talking about?
it was cold.
You guys.
FYI, thank you so much, Tony. That's still cool. He called back and we had that conversation. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
That was pretty damn cool, Tony D. What's up? What's up? Yeah, so
Random listener, right? He just picked up Chaotic Sports and said, "I gotta call these guys."
Yes,
See, so when you're not here, you don't listen, obviously. So
No, come on.
No.
I was in my deathbed.
Yeah, his death. Remember he had services last week. It was his services. Yeah, they had to revive him afterwards.
How dare you?
He drank tall cans of PBR at the Ontario Reign game, so he had to get revived after that one there. So I did okay. I did okay for the weekend because that money line bet for the Jags. I just Jags dominated Pittsburgh earlier this year defensively, and I thought, what's different? If anything, the Jaguars have a little more confidence in knowing they can go into Pittsburgh and doing it. And guess what? They did.
Yep.
dude, the over on that game, I just think is crazy. What is it, 45-42? That was the final score. That was crazy. I did not think the Steelers would give him that. First, I didn't think the Steelers defense give up 45 points through the whole year. I'll double check see if they have.
And I'm going to totally disagree with our buddy Tony. I think the next week's game is going huge over as well. I think Minnesota is going to throw off some chunks, and I think there's those defenses seem like they're big play defenses, so they go for the home runs, kind of deal. And I think that they're gonna have it's gonna be a high scoring game.
I don't think they're gonna be big play defenses just because of this play.
What's this play?
This is the one where
This is the one where I lost like $800.
that one.
Thanks a lot. B.
Where Diggs, was ready. He could have been held down, no problem. But the defense went for the big play and made sure he was open
not
all
rubbing
the
that in.
way to the field, to the end zone.
This show needs an upgrade.
When you get a little cut. And
Yeah.
so-
And this motherfucker over here is putting salt in it. He's pouring tequila. Right.
squeezing a shitload of lemon on it.
Speaking of tequila, where's Alizé at?
Alizé.
Alizé, I need tequila.
Alizé's not feeling good.
Oh,
Alizé, I'm sorry. I know you're listening, girl.
No, she's not.
She is.
she is.
Trust
She
me.
tuned in.
Trust me. She's listening, and this one's for you.
She's got a bottle of that.
You and I must make a pact.
She's got a bottle of that. What
We will
that
bring-
rum or whiskey that she was giving us last time.
Dilly dilly. Yeah. But lights for everyone. Yeah, I would have done a shot tonight. You know, I'm not. I haven't had a drink all week. B, have you had anything? Any drinks? Any alcohol this week?
Just because tequila, today I had tequila on the rocks with lime and lime juice and mint. It was delicious.
Oh, very nice. That sounds lovely.
It was
where
zero
were you?
carbon. It was awesome.
Oh, just throwing that out there because asking B because we are on a weight loss challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any of
Yeah,
our,
I'm part of that, right?
yeah. Unless you have the $100 with you tonight and you're prepared to give it to in the challenge, you're more than welcome to join because you got 1 week to catch up, and you're not going to win the first week. I can guarantee you that. So the first week's challenge
There'll
is
still be 5 more weigh-ins.
5 more weigh-ins after this. It's up
All
to
right,
you.
sweet.
You can
Well,
you can win the
maybe I'll
five.
work in.
You could hope that I fall off the wagon because no one's stopping me. No one can stop me because I'm all the way up. I mean,
That's-
all the way down.
That's fine.
All the way down.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Fucking cheater from the last one.
Dilly dilly. He's no proof of anything, and he always likes to call cheaters.
Cheater.
Yo, you guys cheat. Did you weigh in? Did you send a picture?
I did.
Did-
I did. I did. And then
the day that it ended, you sent a picture of.
I
just to- and
sent you a
said,
picture. I sent you a picture.
B,
I sent
B,
you a
B,
picture of
can
the
I-
scale.
Can I get a BS? Can I get a BS over there?
Send
You
it a-
sent the original one. You never sent a final one.
What
And
original one?
you know the weigh in.
No, I sent you a picture of what I weighed at the end of the bet, and you said
There was no end.
there was we just B and I decided to just cancel this out.
Bullshitter alert. Bullshitter
Yeah.
alert.
Yeah.
Warning.
When a bet is called for a certain, especially a weight loss bet, is called for a certain day, and that day comes, and there's no correspondence between anybody, you can't come in a week later going, "Hey, what happened to that bet?"
No. You got the fucking picture.
You literally didn't send a picture.
I
that
sent
day.
It's. I'm sorry
Hold
if
on.
you hit delete.
Hold on, I still have all of our text message history.
No, they don't go that far back.
Oh, really?
Warning.
Maybe in your phone they don't go that far back.
Go
but,
to it.
But in the world of Apple, they go all the way back. They
Whatever.
go all the way back.
They slowed your process down.
So again, Chaotic Sports every Sunday night. We're gonna get around to some sports eventually. Wait,
Are
we're
we?
still talking about
Wait.
We
football?
still got football.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
football. Next week's games.
Uh-huh.
I think the Jags do have a shot again.
I think the Jags have a great shot at beating them.
I think I might put
Hey,
some
can-
money line bet on that one as well.
I'm looking. Oh, let me find the line for you.
I looked up earlier and there isn't a line yet. I think that somebody must have gotten hurt today in one of the games. So it's possible. Go to covers.com. Covers might
Go
have
to Chaotic Sports. You should find it right there.
we don't have a Chaotic Sports page. We don't have we had a social media coordinator, but I don't know what happened to him.
What happened to that guy?
Yeah, I don't know. He's trying to count the money from the money from his steak dinner that he won on his weight loss bet.
The coordinator's been on hiatus.
The over/under is 46.5. New England's -9.
-9. I like that.
I like that bet.
I like the -9. I like getting the 9 points, and I think that's a nice little money line bet. Because if you think about who's beaten New England in the playoffs in the past, it's
Defenses.
always teams that can get pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, big defenses.
Yep.
And then we got the Minnesota Philly over/under 38.
That's low.
Philadelphia +3.5.
That's crazy. A road team in the freezing cold. Oh, you know what? That might work against them.
Where?
That's. I think I take Philly with the points on that one.
I'm with you. I think Philly.
Is that what it's going to be next weekend? 21 degrees?
I don't know.
No, they're playing
Let's
indoors.
go ahead and look that
Oh, they're
up.
playing indoors?
No, next week is not indoors. Philadelphia is not. The game is in Philadelphia,
Oh, it's in Philly.
and that is not
Oh,
indoors.
yeah, it's in
so
Philly.
why don't we find out what the temperature's like next week in Philadelphia?
Sure.
Sure, thanks. B's gonna have you smoked, within that. So so next week's gonna be pretty good. Honestly, I don't know if they're. I think that all the games are pretty much anticlimactic. I don't think it's any of the teams we really wanted to see. I don't know if anybody wanted Jacksonville to make it. And I sure as shit know if Jacksonville wins the game next week,
27 degrees.
it'll be 27 degrees for a team that plays indoors. That could have a huge effect. And if it's possibly any chance of snow at this point in the thing?
No, just
clear?
clouds.
Yeah. Well, like I said, if it gets any worse, any wind or anything like that, then I could definitely see it being a low-scoring game and a very sloppy game. But yeah, I don't think neither one of them are sexy matchups. It's none of the big names that we wanted. You got Keenum versus Nick Foles in one game, and Blake Bortles and freaking Tom Brady.
Are these real names?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, yes, they are. They're real people.
Is this like the Super Bowl we had where it was the
Tampa Bay.
No, I'm thinking about it. It's the Giants versus the Ravens, and that was the field goal Super Bowl. Yeah, it was one second. He's currently Trent Dilfer was a quarterback, and
What the
some
hell?
other. I'll find it.
Right, I remember when that was 2000, wasn't it? I think that was 2000. With the Dilfer as the QB, and it was like all they did was with defense. But I thought they had a pretty decidedly win in the Super Bowl.
23-27. It was the Giants. No, that's the Flacco one. My bad.
Flacco.
Uh-oh.
Flacco. Yeah. So that was the Ray Lewis murder one.
No, 34-7. You're right. The Ravens beat the Giants 34-7,
Yeah.
and that was who was the quarterback?
Yeah, that was Dilfer. That was the defense. That was the one where their defense was so good. So
There was a quarterback by the name of Dilfer.
Trent Dilfer. Dilfer versus Kerry Collins. That's it.
Wow.
Two pretty bad quarterbacks.
but when your defense
Those were
is that,
dark
But
times
Dilfer,
right there.
Dilfer was a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, and he got traded up to them for Johnson.
Johnson.
How bad was it during that time that those two quarterbacks went to the?
Well, no, Dilfer was kind of expected to go to the Super Bowl because that defense of Baltimore was legendary. I mean, it was
It was his job not to screw up.
was one of the best was one of the best ever. So and Case Keenum's kind of taking that route right now, and Nick Foles is in trying to do that now, but that he wasn't the guy. So 3 weeks ago he wasn't the guy. So 4 weeks ago he wasn't the guy. And
Why
now-
does that sound like a comedian's name?
Okay, I'm sorry for talking down to Collins. Collins is 16th in NFL career passing yardage,
That doesn't mean anything.
11th in NFL completions. He has 81 wins.
Yeah, you can still talk about him.
He's still.
Okay.
You know, they a lot of times they talk about Hall of Fame with the new breed of quarterbacks. There's going to be a lot of guys whose numbers look like they should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but they're
my-
just not.
But my boy Phillip Rivers being a pure example, never really done anything in the playoffs. Made it to a AFC Championship game once, but his numbers.
But he's got great
like
numbers, right?
top 6 all time. Like he just doesn't miss games, and he's been playing forever. So at the end of it, is he going to make the Hall of Fame because his numbers are so good? I mean, Dan Fouts did it. You know, is Phillip going to do it? Is Tony Romo going to get in? Tony Romo going to get in?
Turner Romo shouldn't get anything.
I think is Eli Manning a Hall of Famer?
No, because he looks like he's got
Yes.
a problem.
And he's a Hall of Famer because of the two Super Bowls.
Just because he's special
and the
needs.
David Tyree catch.
David Tyree's going to get in the Hall of Fame?
No, because Eli threw it. That's the reason why he's getting in.
Mario Manningham? What is it,
Manningham?
Yeah, Manningham. The guy Hammingham?
Hammy?
Hammingham. Yeah,
Who's
the guy. That was the other catch in the next Super Bowl against New England. That was the one, the sideline catch, where it was the only person that could catch it was Mario Manningham.
Manningham?
Manningham.
Yes.
Not fresh roasted on the bone ham, but Mario Manningham. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to a New England. Well, no, I don't even know if New England's. I think it's going to end up being like It's going to be like Jacksonville, Minnesota in Minnesota.
That is going to be the weirdest Super Bowl ever.
And you know how many people are going to not watch Super Bowl because of that?
Sweet. My birthday will be that much better.
No, that's
No,
right.
everybody still
That's
watches
right.
Super Bowl.
I did announce that to the wife the other day. I said, "Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! The Super Bowl is on CBA's birthday this year. He's not going to see a minute of it.
Nope.
No, he's not.
Nope.
And considering it's a Saturday night, the night before it, oh my god!
Yeah.
I don't even think he's going to get out of bed.
No.
Oh,
I don't know what's happening.
Anna!
I might be dead on that Sunday.
See, it's going to be finally one of those cool epitaphs you see those cool headstones you see at the cemetery. Died on his birthday. Hell yeah, I did. Fuck yeah, dilly motherfucker.
Whoa.
whoa,
Wait.
whoa.
Keep it clean. This is a PG-13.
Your name is Captain Black Ass. It has not been PG-13 since day one. We call you CBA for the little kids that might be listening out there.
Yes.
Hi, mijo. Hi, mija. Hola,
All the families that are tuning in right now.
From Mexico?
Listen,
From Zihuatanejo?
families around Southern California, they get home, they sit down, and they turn on their internet radio, and they listen to
Absolutely.
Kaotic Sports
Everyone does that.
while they have dinner.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone. Don't you?
I do.
Warning. Warning.
We listen to Chaotic Sports at home all the time.
Bullshitter alert. Warning.
Oh, my goodness.
Where the fuck did he find that?
It's called the intranet.
In the state of Virginia.
You just got to put in a bullshit alert, and it comes up on the tube of the U. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It is fantastic.
So are we talking sports or are we talking
No,
bullshit?
I wanted we brought Mexico, and I wanted
Yes.
to ask you guys one topic about Mexico.
Jesus Christ, you're going to be racist right now.
Acapulco, Mexico. Acapulco, Mexico.
That is hard.
What are
I
your-
think Acapulco's owned by the states now.
What are your thoughts about Acapulco, Mexico?
What about
Like, what when I say it, what comes to mind?
it?
Resorts.
Bikinis.
Look it up now. It is a drug town. There are the resorts are all still there. They're all empty.
Well, yeah, because they have a high. They have an alert.
Even the locals are getting shot on the streets
Yeah.
in Acapulco. I couldn't believe it because my mom, when I was growing up, was a cruise ship travel agent. That was her specialty. So
Really?
once or twice a year, they were going on cruises,
Mhm.
and half the time it was comped for her because she had gotten this big group together, or maybe they just give her a discount or something. So they were going on cruises all the time, and they used to bring me back Acapulco Joe T-shirts all the time, and I thought it was the coolest thing. And for me, they always told me about the divers. They had
Oh, yeah.
the cliff divers in Acapulco we were famous for. Yeah, and then I just saw this thing recently on Vice. I was like,
Well-
son of a. The drug lords are just. I mean, there's nothing. There's
Well,
nobody, and the murder rate in Cancun has doubled this year over
Yeah.
last. So they're worried.
Yeah, these guys put out a warning for any U.S. citizens to make sure not to go out there because they got your ticket.
Wait, they give tickets.
Mhm.
Wait, for games or what do they get tickets for? Is it lottery?
You did grow up in the valley.
We got your ticket. Can you elaborate a little bit? I'm letting you elaborate, and you're just.
They put a warning out not to for United States citizens not to travel into Mexico, and especially
wait.
in,
Trump
like-
Trump said that.
no the cartels,
Ooh,
Yeah.
The cartel. Is that Chloe?
not the Kardashians,
Chloe
the cartels.
Kendall Cartel.
It's a different family.
The cartels. Hello, we are the cartels. Look at me. Yes, I like black guy.
That is Russian.
Yes, very much so. What is the problem here, my friend? my name is Yakov Smirnov. I am famous Russian comedian here doing sports show in America.
Unbelievable.
Yes, you like Yakov Smirnov? Hey, if you don't get the Yakov Smirnov reference, you're not old enough. You know what I mean?
Hey, so you're going to Cancun next weekend, right?
Yeah, I'm going to Acapulco, motherfucker. Deals are cheap out there.
What's up? Nobody
What's
out there.
up, everybody?
You're the
Got
only
the
one
whole-
on the beach.
I got the whole resort to myself. The last time I went down to Rosarito Beach, I went during the week.
Very far from
This
Cancun.
yes,
and
yeah, but I'm just saying
Acapulco.
we went during the week with an old lady friend of mine, and we went.
I'm sorry.
down with-
I'm sorry. She was old or
No,
an
no, no,
old
no.
lady friend?
An old lady friend. This
Old
is
lady
way,
friend.
way before the wifey. This is
Uh-oh.
20 years ago at least.
You're a
We
liar.
literally went during the week, and there may have been like 4 other people staying at the. And we stayed. What's the I think it's just the Rosarito Beach Hotel.
Probably
yeah,
the most popular one. Yeah.
But it's like the nicest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah, it was awesome. So,
So what'd you do when you were there?
what young single people do on vacation in Mexico?
Get drunk and
Yeah.
pass out on the beach.
We ate guacamole on the pier, and we had drinks, had margaritas, and then I think did we ride horses? No, we didn't ride horses. We pet horses or something. I don't know.
Sorry, who was petting the
then
horse?
And then the M80s scared the shit out of me. I'm like, why are they blowing off M80s? And then I realized I live in Whittier now, and I know it's just innate. It's one of those things that
You got to do.
young Mexicans like the sounds of loud firecrackers.
Who was petting the horse? You or your older lady friend?
She wasn't older.
Oh,
She was actually quite younger.
Was she?
Yes.
how old was she?
Oh no, wait.
14.
What's the legal age of consent in Mexico again?
You son of a bitch.
She was of age.
How old was she?
She was a Jewish girl. Actually, she was one of my few Jewish girls that I actually.
Was this like an arranged marriage?
Yes, this was me on J date and her contact.
Do
No
you
shit,
really want to know the answer to that question?
shit you not, shit you not.
No. Wait, the consent question.
Wait. Wait. Do you have the answer for me?
He does.
I do.
The age of consent in Mexico is
16.
12.
you dirty Mexican son of a bitches.
Fuckers, man.
12.
I'm not Mexican no more.
You can't get rid of that.
I could jump. I could. I'm.
Hey,
I
brown-
could
hey,
jump the line.
Yeah, hey, brown guy. Yeah, but no. Holy bejesus, Batman.
12?
It's the Alabama of the Americas.
Jesus. 12.
Yeah.
At,
the hell?
at least when we went to Costa Rica, the first thing we saw was, please do not have sex with anybody under 18. It is against the law.
Oh, they told you.
There's a sign. There's a woman, like a
At the
cardboard,
airport?
a cardboard cutout woman at the airport in San Jose, Costa Rica, who literally is holding a sign that says, the age of consent in Costa Rica is 18.
There you go.
Do not have sex with people underage because I guess it's one of those big things. Because I went with a friend of mine, and we found out that prostitution was legal there. I was shocked. Right?
I'm
Shocked.
sorry. You went with a friend.
And so, but literally, I guess they have them in certain clubs. I guess
Right.
I don't know. I don't,
Sure, I don't know.
And then
I heard from a friend.
Yeah, and I was like, what the hell? But like, apparently on the streets, the girls who aren't licensed,
Yeah, they were.
who haven't been tested,
Uh-huh.
and the underage girls are the ones that get you on the street. So
So you and your friend did not
heard it from a friend who
did not test that. You,
Yeah.
you didn't go into any
We
of these
went
clubs.
surfing.
You went surfing.
We did. We went surfing.
Did you guys have an instructor?
No,
You
well, actually, we
guys-
did. What was his name? Yael, right? Yael.
So
Yeah,
now
yeah.
I know what friend that was. Wait.
What friend do you think it was? I told B all about it.
I took you guys to the airport.
What are you talking about? That's so stupid. Wow, you're God, man, your services need to. We need an upgrade here. Hey B, you know what time it is? Yeah. So we're about to hit the break time. We're about to hit them breaks right now.
Why? This was going good right now.
It is going good, but
It was fantastic Mexico talk
6:40
and
it's
Costa
6:40 we're
Rican
not even
talk.
What can you incorporate with that with sports? What does that have to do with sports? This is a sports show,
You
sir.
were talking about surfing. That is a sport.
You're right. It was my bad. My bad.
And prostitution. That's another sport.
That is not a sport.
That is a sport.
I'm sorry. That is not a sport.
Ask the Russians.
Hello. It's very difficult to get the girls in the vans when they don't want to go. So we drug them
Somebody's
a
going
little
to shoot us when we walk out of the studio.
bit. Yes, we drug them a little bit.
Because you know we're international, so
Yeah, we
somebody's
are.
listening to
Yeah.
us in Russia.
I'm going to make. Oh, no. It's so much. You know what that problem is with international?
What's that?
They're all asleep because everyone internationally is going to be 3 to 5 hours ahead.
Okay, so you
So-
got some late birds that can
Yeah.
stay awake. The ones that are doing all the cocaine
La
and,
gente.
and
Yeah. I'm gonna get my boy Alejandro to call in and say, "What's up, babe?"
Yes, bruv.
Yes, bruv. Wait, that's not international enough.
that's international, bro.
I want somebody who took. I like your show very much. It's good. I like listening Peru. Your show.
Hey, you know a Chilean
had
that can
a-
call us and talk like that.
They just had an earthquake too.
Yeah, they did.
Who? Chile?
Peru.
Peru?
Peru.
Peru. Really? Like
Yeah.
a big one?
I don't know.
Didn't come across my feed.
But the what was it, Friday or Thursday or Friday? There was a earthquake with a tsunami warning for Puerto Rico again.
Puerto Rico.
They're
Poor
just
Puerto Rico.
they're in a bad place.
So
man.
I learned something about Puerto Rico. See, this is non-sports related again.
What'd you learn?
Friday that the IV bottles
Yeah.
in hospitals are there's a shortage of them
Mhm.
worldwide because Puerto Rico is where most of them are made, and Puerto Rico is still 2/3
Out of power.
Out of power.
Mhm.
Like, hello, dumbass Donald, stop throwing freaking rolls of toilet paper. Get him running.
J Lo's over there right now,
Is she?
picking it up.
Yeah, she's dropping it like
And what's his name? Aaron.
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 Hey, Aaron. Hey, Aaron, you listening?
Aaron.
Hey, Aaron, we didn't finish our talk last night.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Aaron's listening. So, all right, all. We're gonna see y'all in 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever it may
30
be.
minutes, we'll be back.
I'm gonna have to drop a deuce, so it might be a little bit longer. So, I'll see you soon.
30 seconds, all clear.
Chaotic Radio, because the rest is just a waste of time.
It's an epic voice.
Oh, hold on. It's V's fault. We're gonna start not talking sports again here. What is up? What is up? What is up? Chaotic Radio segment numero dos is Chaotic Sports numero dos. I am the Jew. That is Captain Blackass.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah, and that's B back there.
That's
Yo,
me,
what's going on?
bruv.
Rush. I mean, what's his name again? The lead singer's name again? I don't know.
Getty.
Getty. Yeah. Getty Lee. Getty Lee. Could you sit through a whole concert
No.
With that voice?
with that voice?
No.
I've done Aerosmith. Couldn't do that. I honestly was like, oh my god, I wanted to kill somebody. Like, I can accept the brilliance factor. You know, I can accept that you're really good. Just sing "Dream On" and "Dude Looks Like a Lady," whatever, and let me get out of here. But yeah, the whole concert that's deadly right there. So yeah, sorry Getty, sorry Rush fans. I know there's a huge Rush nation out there, and I know this because they cross over into Pearl Jam Nation sometimes. So, but yeah. So what is up? What is up? What is up? Chaotic Sports segment numero dos. Dos. Numero dos.
Like what you just did right now.
Yeah, I gotta do what I got to do.
Yes, bro.
We got a beautiful bathroom here at the station. Yes, it is. Yes, we are.
Psychedelic.
Hey, just in case you're wondering, we are live in a station. I mean, we're in Radio Row right now.
This is a real deal.
This is it. We're not messing around.
We don't screw around.
Yeah, and
We keep it real.
we are on between 6 and 8 p.m. every Sunday nights Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be talking sports, a little bit of sports, a little bit of BS, and you can always get a hold of us at 909-360-8330. You can talk to us on Facebook and Twitter at Chaotic Sports.
Yes.
And then the Gmail at Chaotic Sports Uno.
Which is
just-
still zero
We have yet.
inbox.
Can somebody email us, please?
Listen, girls.
Just one. Just
no
one.
nudes, please. We're talking about sports.
Yeah, just if you're topless with a tennis racket,
Yes. That's
okay.
sports.
That's,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Or a football.
Or a surfboard. Oh, surfer chick on with her knees sitting like kneeling on a
Or a
surfboard.
video of you on a trampoline. That's a sport.
Trampoline. Yes, topless trampoline.
Yes.
It's definitely a sport.
Yes.
So yeah, what is up? What is up? B, you got a question for us that you talked to us about the break that I think is pretty damn interesting, and I think our listeners will find it interesting as well.
What is it?
B's going to let us know.
Oh.
So,
okay.
guys, it came to my attention that over the years of my sports fandom,
Mhm.
I have changed allegiances over and over again, and it hasn't
Quitter.
been like recently, like. But there has been a time where I
I
was
bet you went to rehab too, huh?
Yeah.
a little bit.
When are you going to quit us?
I'm not soon, promise you. So I remember I grew up. I was a Laker fan, and I
Zero
turned into
loyalty.
a Clipper fan.
Uh-huh.
At a specific moment of me being a Clipper fan was when the Clippers got Elton Brand from the draft. They traded their second round pick, which became Tyson Chandler,
Mm-hmm.
to the Bulls for Elton Brand, which was the Rookie of the Year, co-Rookie of the Year that year.
Mhm.
And I remember I did root for the Angels when they went to the World Series that one year, and then went straight to the Dodgers after that.
I don't even know you right
And
now.
then when I first started about working and I first started getting into football, I was a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan.
What?
And after they won this Super Bowl, I went to the Raiders.
Wait, so you were never a Raiders fan before that?
I was a Raiders fan to start. The only game I ever went to was a Raiders game when I was like 3 or 4 years old. I didn't have a
Dude,
dog in the
were
fight.
you a starting lineman at that age as well?
I should have been.
Yes.
So my question is, since we're older, we're all older. We're hitting the number.
Take it easy, bro.
Take it easy.
So
Shake up a vakasha.
Yes, bro.
So, how old can you be before you switch allegiances on your team, whether it's whatever team it is, whatever league it is, or can you, or is it a reason to? Like this year at my fantasy football tournament, one group, The wife switched over her allegiance from being a Charger fan to become a Raider fan like her husband.
Women don't count, so it's
She,
okay.
she legit, she was a Charger fan.
Donald,
she was a Charger fan from
Donald
day
Gutierrez
one.
over here. So CBA, have you ever switched allegiances to teams? I know you as a Dodger fan.
Yeah.
As a Bulls fan.
Yes.
And when it comes to football, I don't think you have a team.
No, and I'll go back to when I was like maybe, in the 90s when Montana was with the 49ers. Is that in the 90s? 80s,
Yes.
late 80s?
80s and 90s. Yes.
Okay. So I was rooting for the 49ers back then. Actually liked them because I loved watching Montana, and then moving on to Young. I mean, it was a great team. And other than that, I don't think I ever moved to another team. Now,
So wait, let me guess.
He's
You
a
were a
front runner.
Niners fan in the 80s.
yeah.
You were a
Like a
Bulls fan in the 90s.
Cowboys fan, probably in the 90s too.
Yeah, so you
No,
Probably
no,
a
no,
Yan-
no.
So you're just
probably
a
a
front
Yankees
runner.
fan, yeah.
Let
Yeah,
let me finish you two douchebaggers.
Whoa.
You don't say.
Well,
It's
wait,
dou-
you're,
it's
you just said
douchebaggy.
you were a
Douchebaggy, it was
San
nice.
Francisco 49er fan living in
No,
Los
I
Angeles.
was saying
And we know you're a Chicago Bulls fan because of Michael Jordan and his winning and living in Los Angeles. So, yes, you are a front-running douchebag.
I was explaining
Yes, bro.
something. So I don't think I ever jumped a football team. I actually always liked watching these guys play. But ever since then, I didn't really pay attention to football. So basketball, I truly have never jumped over to another team. It's been since the 80s with Michael and the Bulls, and then that's it. I've continued being a
the
Bulls fan.
Mid-'80s, you weren't a Magic
No.
Johnson Lakers
No.
fan when they were winning championships
No.
before Michael started doing anything?
Nope.
Actually?
Enjoyed watching Magic play and some of those other guys, but other than being a fan of the Lakers, I never was.
All right, that's fair.
And baseball has always been
Los Dodgers.
Los Dodgers #1.
Yeah, I mean, there's Dodgers. I've been Dodgers. I'll always be Dodgers. I can move to Minnesota and I can get rid of 90% of the league, and I'll still have Dodger gear on. And I'll be like the Montreal Expo fan that still wears an Expos hat. You know, if the Dodgers ever went away, I'd still be wearing their gear.
Yeah.
When it comes to basketball, I've always been a Laker fan. Never stopped being a Laker fan. Always wish them well. Don't watch as often. I'm not going to say I'm more of a front runner when it comes to the Lakers. I don't watch as often when they're not good.
Right.
When the Clippers in that same era that B's talking about, I was going to a lot of Clipper games. I had access to sitting like courtside at Clipper games, and I was having a great time.
The tickets were like $5 back then.
At Clipper games.
You can go get a full tank of gas and Clipper tickets on the side.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yes. So, but yeah, I remember the Darius Miles and
Oluwaseyi.
although Michael Oluwaseyi was a good friend of one of my friends.
Really?
So I
Too
knew
bad he sucked.
was it Candyman? No, it was Sean Rooks. Me and my buddy went to Jerry's Famous Deli after a game one night in Marina Del Rey.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
so
cool.
yeah, no, so yeah, well, I knew him well. I even Maggette times.
Maggette was awesome.
Q.
Eric Piakowski. Come on, bring him up.
How about Benoit Benjamin? I mean, nobody was watching him play.
That was before.
Michael Cage.
Yeah, that was
That was the 80s.
That was the 80s.
Before that. Piatkowski's wife was one of the most beautiful women on the planet.
Bullshit.
Look up Eric Piatkowski's wife. I'm telling you, it was Tiffany Amber Thiessen from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
In her best years, like that glowing like beauty. I was just like, hi.
Interesting.
How you doing?
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah. Still, is it a modern picture or is it
Modern picture, gorgeous.
Holy- yeah.
The picture of them from the South Dakota Sports Hall of Fame.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. And he's like, "How do you spell Piatkowski?" He's looking it up right now. Yeah. So I did root for the Clippers, but I'll never go. If the Clippers made the finals, I don't care. Funny joke here. If the Clippers
Shut up, Dick.
the Clippers make the finals, right?
Dick.
Right? I'd root for them, you know. But if they ever played against the Lakers, I'm rooting for the Lakers, and I'll always be that way. I'm not gonna pretend otherwise. I tried for a little while.
Hey, dude, I love it when me and you go to Clipper versus Laker games, and all we do is shout "Beat LA."
Yes, let's
Just
go.
confuse everybody.
Let's go Clakers. That's what we used to say. Let's go Clakers. So, But
so
yeah, no.
I mean,
I used to pretend. I used to want, not pretend, but I used to want to be a Clipper fan because B was so much into him, and he was inviting me to these games, and I was having such a good time going to the games. And that was when Blake first came around, and it was what was their slogan there? The
Lob City?
Lob City.
No, that
was
came
so-
after CP3.
But that was so exciting.
But it was a fun. Listen, the Clippers had a fun product no matter what. They always had something happening. You always got an exciting dunk.
And that's what the Lakers have now.
In Lakers, I'm not sure, dude. Do they have who's dunking besides
Kuzma and Nance.
No, Nance is doing nice.
Nance, Ingram.
Kuzma's
He doesn't.
putting some shit down.
He's not dunking, but he's doing very well for a rookie. But yeah, and then football.
Foosball.
I started off as a Rams fan, and I was always a Rams fan. And when they left, I was still a Rams fan. When they won the Super Bowl, it was absolutely. I was still rooting for them every year. I didn't have any other teams, and it wasn't until the Rams really started sucking, and I got invited to a Charger game down in San Diego that I kind of switched my allegiances to the Chargers, which is funny enough because now they're both back here in LA, and I don't know which team I'm more of a fan of at the time. I think as long as Phillip Rivers is on the Chargers, I'm still going to root for them probably a little bit more than the Rams.
How old were you?
Oh, I was in my 30s when that happened.
Okay. B, how old were you when you made your jump?
I was 22 or 23.
So you kind of like for you, it was something where you really didn't know what you were following at that time. You made the jump.
Well, here I remember exactly when I became a big Tampa Bay fan because I remember Raiders were the only team we had in town. So I went to a Raider game. Me and my dad went a long time ago to Coliseum.
I'm sorry, the Raiders were not the only team that we had in town because it was always the Raiders and the Rams at the same time.
So the Raiders were the only team we had in town, and I remember that was that team
Eric
my dad
Dickerson.
took me to, and I was a Raider fan.
Jack
And
Youngblood.
then one day, we and my homeboy Lush,
Dieter Brock.
we sat there and thought we should really get into football. We got to figure out. Let's pick two really shitty teams.
Yeah.
At the time, two shitty teams, and if we'll just follow them until they win the Super Bowl. And if something happens. He picked the Seahawks. I picked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that was back in like '97. So right when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers left the creamsicle to go to the pewter and red, and he still had the.
He has no idea what pewter and red is.
I know it's a color scheme. It was they were badass jerseys,
Yeah.
but that was it. They had Mike Allstott, Warren Sapp, Joe Jaravicious, Sean King.
Whoa.
Dude,
Hold
I
He's
was
taking it
Joe,
deep.
Joe who?
Joe Jaravicious, dude, number 83, 6'6" wide receiver. He was awesome.
Right. Sounds like a white guy.
He was,
What the hell?
but no,
Was one of the Johnson brothers thrown to him?
Sean King. Sean King was throwing,
Ooh.
and then Johnson came after Sean King,
They had both Johnsons, right?
and then
there?
they had Warwick Dunn.
Didn't they have both Johnsons there? Didn't they have Brad and what's the
You're right.
USC guy?
The other guy was playing backup, but Brad Johnson was the one that got him to the Super Bowl.
Right.
When they got. But yeah, with John Lynch and the Rondé Barber, that team was amazing, and that was before they got really good. So I remember that when they won the Super Bowl, I was watching, and I thought to myself, okay, they won. I'll just go back to the Raiders now and just start rooting for the Raiders, and that's been.
That's legit because
Yeah.
you know what when the Eagles had Randall Cunningham and who was their defensive Hall of Famer defensive lineman who died sleep apnea who the hell was it? Reggie White. When they had that team, the defense was so good, and Randall Cunningham was running over you just never had them stop because Randall always had a chance to make the play, get the first down no matter what was going on. Right. I was a really big fan of theirs, just because I liked watching them play. And there's certain styles of teams. That's why I liked Jacksonville so much. I care less who their quarterback is. It's not about their quarterback. It's about the running back and the defense. And if you got a good running back and a good defense, you can win the Super Bowl. That's been proven over and over again.
Really? That's what the Patriots are doing?
No, that's what Jacksonville has right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Patriots are just an
So
anomaly.
at what age is it okay, or is it even okay to make a switch?
I think it's okay. It depends on who your friends are.
What the
Because
fuck?
if you come in tomorrow trying to pretend like you're a Laker fan, I'm going to give you so much grief.
Yeah, I couldn't do that to save my life. But like I'm with you on basketball. I will never not be a Clipper fan. I've been rolling with that forever, and I don't think I move. But for football reasons alone, I mean, we didn't have a football team in LA for
20 years?
ever.
It was fun.
Right?
Yeah.
And what I mean, when I remember talking to people now, when you go talk about who's your team, you hear every team in the NFL, especially from this.
That
area.
happens.
And that
happens
makes
in L-
sense.
That
Yeah.
happens in LA. That happens even in San Diego too. When I went down to the games in San Diego, when I had my tickets down there, I mean, it didn't make a difference who they were playing. There was always a decent 10% enough
Of
the
a
other
opposite team?
of the other team because you know what? Hell, shit, that's the game you wanted to travel to too. You
Yeah.
think about it too. If you're an East Coast fan, Midwest fan, and it's
Kinda San Diego.
it's December. You're thinking, hey, the Vikings are playing in San Diego that weekend.
Yeah.
We should make a trip out of it.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah, you should. It's going to be 70 degrees at game
Like
time.
that one time that we went to the Chargers and Cowboys game,
How about them Cowboys?
there was a shitload of Cowboys fans there.
Yeah, well, that was.
I mean, an
that-
ass
Well,
load.
that's how Charger games are now. That's a shitload of other fans, and that's why the Chargers are going to play in London next year because they can't have a stadium full of their people.
Well, did you know they're going to one London game a week soon?
Well, really?
Yes,
That's
there'll
horrible.
eventually be one London game a week.
That's horrible.
Hey, so question for you guys.
Answer for you.
What do you do if your daughter's boyfriend
Yeah, what's up?
that
invites
guy's gay.
No, a different one.
She got a
invites
new one? Okay.
No,
invites
different daughter.
Oh, okay. About to say that.
Yeah.
The other guy, he's gay.
Hold on, what was the term you used for him? That he got the girlfriend. What did you call her? We were trying to discuss
She's a beard.
the beard. Yes.
What the hell is that?
That's the cover. It's
That's
like
the cover.
It's
That's
the
just-
covering. It's covering his like everyone thinks he's straight. 'Cause he's got a girlfriend.
got it.
Yeah, sorry.
I hope
sorry,
she's not
sorry,
listening
Sorry if you're
right
listening,
now.
Betty.
No, if you are, you you learn it now from us.
Yes, yeah. Your boy's a beard.
So
How many years and no action?
the
Beard.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This was just given to me today. The boyfriend's family is a season ticket holder, and
To what team?
to the Rams, I believe.
That's easy.
They're playing in
Look-
London, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Raiders, season ticket
Oh,
holder.
I'm a season ticket holder to the Raiders too from when they were in Vegas. I've got my deposit down. So
Well, he's been a season ticket holder, so apparently he's got tickets for the London game.
They're playing in. Yeah, they are playing in London.
London,
Yeah.
I thought they
so-
were playing in Mexico City.
Yeah,
again.
because actually your cuñado is going to that game.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta save my money. Like, why? Go see the Raiders in London.
So they invited Brianna to go.
Whoa.
Do you let her go?
Hell,
Hell
to the
yeah.
no. No.
See the new country.
Hell. Wait, she taking her favorite uncle?
Hopefully,
Yeah.
No.
go see a new country. Go have a good time. Make sure she has condoms. You're good to go.
Yeah, he's like me. God, I'm gonna be that dad too. I'm gonna be like, just have fun, be safe.
The only thing I messed up on when I was young is I didn't go to Spain for 3 months when I should have.
What? B, you'd have a shitload of little black Spaniard kids running around.
Yeah, there'll be Moors. I know. It's awesome.
So you say
that was my problem. That when I was younger,
Uh-huh.
about her age, I had a chance to go to actually about 14. I had a chance to go to Spain for 3 months, and I never did. And that was the stupidest thing I ever done in my life.
Really?
That's my big mistake.
So I mean, this is a long time away. I mean, who knows if they're even together then? But my initial was like, no, I
Hold
don't
on.
think so.
You know how I know they're gonna be together? For two reasons.
Yeah.
When you invite somebody to a trip like that, you ain't breaking up with them because you're not gonna go through the. They gotta buy a flight, an airplane ticket with her name on it.
Yeah.
That stays in her name. That's the one thing I can't stand about the airplane tickets. So it takes a huge amount of money to switch a ticket.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And didn't he buy her a Disney pass?
Yes, he did.
That's how I got hooked in by the wifey too. We were dating like 2 months,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a year-long Disney pass.
She bought it or you bought it?
She bought it.
Well, you're a sucker.
You know.
Yeah.
So is Bree Bree.
Yeah, she is.
So because she's going out with some guy that I just met
Yeah.
last night. I had no idea who he was. Didn't even
Believe
know
me,
there
they've
was-
been dating for I don't know how
You're
long.
the
and we-
dad, right?
Huh?
But I'm favorite uncle status. I think. I don't know.
I don't think so.
But whatever. But yeah, I mean, I
His
knew
name is Tito.
He's no way.
It's like the favorite Jackson.
It's my bowling partner, bro. We went 3-1 this week. What's up, Looney Pins?
You
You're
got
great.
it.
You're
Vegas, here we come.
We pissed those fools off. Yeah, no. So I think she's gonna say yes, and I think you should say yes as well. Like B said, make sure she's got a jacket and some condoms.
And a passport.
Oh, and a pasaporte.
Well, Brianna, there you go. There's your answer.
Congratulations, your uncles let you go.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I love love you, Uncle J and Uncle B.
You're more than welcome. Go have a good time. See a new country. It's worth it. That's the best thing you can do for yourselves.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
All right. So that was changing teams. I like that.
Well, I'm still thinking about it. I mean, again, if you do you change when you move to another city?
I don't think you do.
The
no.
only place I wouldn't change ever is if I moved to San Francisco. Fuck that. I'm gonna be the Dodger fan that everybody hates.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a good friend of mine. My best friend growing up, her little brother. And I was pretty close with him. He moved up to San Francisco, and he was a huge Laker fan and a huge Dodger fan, and he still is. And he's been there over 10, 12, 15 years now. So
Beautiful.
he is the guy at the Dodger game with sitting next to his wife who in the Giants gear with his Dodger hat on. So I know it's possible. And I used to text him when the Lakers were still winning championships and relevant. We were texting all through the finals, and so yeah, it is possible to keep your allegiances if you do move out. So
Okay.
apparently somebody was listening because I just got a text from Bree Bree. Bree Bree might be listening. What's up, Bree? You're welcome. Yes, I do love you, Uncle J and Uncle B.
You're more than welcome. Go have a good time.
Yes, be safe.
Now you know he could get money for London.
Yeah, you.
Extortion.
Yeah. Again, trying to pass off
Go
the
to-
financial
Go to
financial
Nick's check
responsibility.
cashing before he comes to
Yeah.
us.
Steal his car and get a title loan against it. Yeah, he'll
Another one?
He'll get. Oh boy. Now I know who uses those places. I finally figured it out. B. I wondered how those places stayed in business.
Because his
but
ribs are
now-
for rent too. It's okay.
Jesus. Oh my God. What is up? What is up?
So you guys are saying that you can change your sports allegiance whenever you feel like it.
Uh,
But I'm thinking the only time you can't do it is if you're just gonna be that bandwagoner
Look,
who's
there-
always going to first place team. Whenever
there's
it is.
people. There's people that we know, Boogie, who dated someone, married someone, then divorced someone who is still now a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know what I mean?
no, not even a fan anymore.
Oh, come on.
Doesn't even watch football at all.
He was. I know that afterwards he was still rocking. He was still
Yes,
rocking
sir.
that. I saw him still rocking some Pittsburgh Pittsburgh status there.
Not at all.
And so I do know it's possible that if you start dating someone and you get allegiance towards them, I will say that the wife has always been a Laker and Dodger fan for me, so it's been pretty easy
There you go.
on my side.
That's easy.
But I did
See, my household is a little troublesome right now.
You do have a really troublesome house.
I mean, they're across the board. I mean,
What are we talking about? So now that
Clippers. I know a couple of them are Clipper fans.
now that
Yeah,
we know that they're listening.
What about Little B? Little B's a Clipper fan too.
Little B
Could care
is
less,
following.
He's following whatever's on My Little Pony at that time.
No. Guess who she follows?
the Justin Bieber's?
Chris Paul.
Oh,
See?
Rocket. Okay.
So she came out of her room one day out of nowhere. We weren't even watching
Does she
basketball.
want an oversized jersey that I don't wear anymore?
Oh, she'll wear one.
Rock that shit. She'll tie it off on the side.
I'll
make
bring you
it
by
a hit.
next week.
Sweet. She walks out of the room and she says, "So where did Paul go?" I'm like, "Where the fuck? We're not even watching basketball right now." She says, "Well, I didn't know where he went."
1 second. Hey, Jeremy. Do you think she knows more about basketball than CBA right now?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That is one to get. She needs to call the show.
Bernice, B3 909 360 8330. We want to talk to you about basketball. That's all. We'll be gentle, I promise.
But yeah,
So-
she follows Chris Paul. So now apparently she's a Rockets fan.
Hey, B, if she wants to go to the game tomorrow, I'll give it my seat.
Okay. I gotta buy those tickets. I just want to know if you want to go.
Oh, wait, you haven't bought them yet?
No, because they
Oh.
it's not on my plan. That's why.
Oh, no. Don't go out and buy it, dude. Come on now.
I was trying to wait till StubHub gets stupid cheap for us to go because I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
So I've got Rogers. What is he? He's the
Rogers?
Rogers.
The Packers.
Packers, yeah, Packers fan in the house and a Clippers fan, and then unfortunately
You got
the
a Cowboy-
Cowboys.
You got a
Cowboys.
big Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
And none of the girls are Cowboys fans, huh?
No, none of them.
None of them. Anna, what happened? You're such a psycho. You're such a psycho as Cowboys fan. CBA's wife is a huge Cowboys fan. I'm talking about like huge. Like
Yeah.
not in like she's a big girl or anything like that. No, just like she's just like she's
How
Big in the
dare
right
you.
places.
fan. She's got a big fandom. And your 3 daughters, your Mihas, they're not
None of
not
them.
Cowboy
no,
fans. Yeah.
No,
If,
no.
if
I mean, if there was a Cowboys cheerleading team they could follow, that they would follow.
if I found out that my daughter
Yes.
did not like the Dodgers, I'd kick her out of the house.
You
I don't care if she
Listen.
told me that tomorrow.
listen.
If she told me this tomorrow, at 2.5, her ass would be on the street, and she would learn her lesson the hard way.
She's gonna come back when she knows.
If she told me she doesn't like Pearl Jam, she's on the street.
Just get another daughter in.
B, can you record this and send it to me? I want to play this for him in about 5
For the
years.
second kid.
Yeah. she's gonna go be an Angels fan just to ruin your goddamn world.
Go live in Anaheim.
She's gonna do it. She's
Go
gonna
live with your aunt and uncle.
She's gonna
in
come back
Lake
and say-
Forest.
Mike Sosha is the greatest Angels manager ever.
Yes, bruv.
Mike Sosha's gonna be dead by the time she figures out who team she likes.
How dare you, bro? He's Italian. He's gonna live like
Sosha's Italian.
sorta.
Sosha is Italian.
Yeah, ain't he
Hold on.
like
hold on.
the distant nephew of Lasorda?
All right. So let's see what Wikipedia says. Mikey Sosha.
Italiano.
Whoa. Is an American former Major League Baseball catcher and current manager for Los Angeles. He's not the Los Angeles Angels. Let's see. Come on. Let's see. He's from Upper Darby, Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh. And his parents are from?
Teams after his playing career. Hold on, playing career, magic career, personal life. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Penn State University.
Come on.
They
keep
reside
going.
in Westlake, California, Westlake Village,
Parents.
which I knew that. He does not say what his nationality
He's
is.
gotta be Italian.
Sosha. Mike Sosha, please give us a call at 909-360-8330.
We want to know where you're from.
We want to know what the name Sosha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. You know, they do have a son, Matthew, and a daughter, Taylor. But yeah, so,
He's got to be.
yeah.
Come on.
Sosha. Come on, that sounds like it could be like European or something. You know. So yeah, that's why I was-
It's got to be. He's
yeah.
got to be.
Sosanovic. So yeah, but yeah, very cool. So looking at that, she's not allowed to be an Angels fan. So yeah, we have a caller.
What?
We have a caller on the line.
Sweet. We got people listening.
Caller, are you there? Caller. Hello, caller.
Oh,
Whoa,
Jesus
Hello,
Christ.
caller, are you there?
Was that Chucky that we just heard?
Hello, caller.
Hello,
Hi, who's this?
Bernice.
Hi, Bernice. How are you?
I'm good.
That's awesome. So I heard you like Chris Paul. Is that right?
Yeah,
Is he is your favorite basketball player?
yeah.
What team is Chris Paul playing on right now?
The Rocket.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You do know more than CBA over
There
here.
you go.
So do you have any other favorite players out there?
No.
Any other famous Rockets you like? You know, the guy with the beard?
No.
Nope.
Just Chris? Just CP? Is it because he looks
Yeah.
is it because he looks so much like Justin Bieber that you have a hard time not liking him?
Whoa.
Whoa. There is a uncanny resemblance between Justin
Yeah,
Bieber.
yeah, of course. I mean,
I mean,
he's got to be walking the halls and they're like, hey, no, that's Chris Paul right there.
no, I think Cliff Paul is
Cliff
actually,
Paul.
is actually Justin Bieber.
You think so?
So you think that?
No.
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 He could have gotten a tan or something.
I think Bernice stopped being a Justin Bieber fan ever since he got back with Selena Gomez.
No, is that
Yes.
true?
I have a poster of him.
Oh, my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
The blanket
How-
and the pillow.
How whoa. No outside influences, please. So
I know. Who's that lady
yeah,
behind her?
Bernice, how long have you been a fan of Justin Bieber's?
Yes.
Since I was like 5.
Wow.
Wow.
She's
So he-
22 years
So
old
Justin
now.
Bieber must have been like 3 at that point, right?
That is fantastic. Wow. You have been a diehard Justin
That's a
Bieber
loyal
fan.
fan right
You
there.
know what? Hey, B, we need to find out when it's okay to lose your Justin Bieber fandom. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
That's
the
a
one.
question for our show for next
Yeah.
week. But you
Ask
know,
her who her favorite quarterback is.
Bernice, who's your favorite quarterback?
I don't have one.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Is there some controversy in the house?
Yeah, I think there is.
Is it not Dak Prescott?
No, of course
Nope.
not. No,
No, Oh,
not
yeah,
even
yeah,
not
of
even
course.
Rogers.
Cowboys suck.
Oh, you're on timeout, young lady.
Your
I
phone
like
is
your
being
hon-
taken away.
I like your honesty, but yeah, you just got grounded.
This is the first time her
Yeah.
mother's going to punish her.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, we
Don't
do.
support way.
Well, we do appreciate your basketball insight there.
Yes,
You know.
yes.
So, but now you're on timeout
And her life is over now.
and your life is over. Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
Say sayonara to your life.
Cowboys suck. Cowboys suck. Cowboys
Yes,
suck.
bruv.
They are the best.
Whoa,
Who the hell is this?
The caller interference, man.
Hey.
These cell phones nowadays, you know,
Boy,
just,
that-
yeah.
Bullshitter alert! Bullshitter alert! Warning! Warning! Bull.
Oh,
She hung up.
oh, thank goodness, man. That was getting brutal right there. I was trying to make I was gonna say make
What?
a little girl cry, but I was gonna make mama cry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
so-
well, I think did we lose Bernice or
she hung up on that one.
She hung up on that
She
one.
hung up.
All right.
So we're gonna go ahead and mute her even if she just shows back up. You
well,
know,
I hope
you know,
she makes it out this week.
that's 2 phone calls this week.
That's two.
That's two.
I think that's our record, right?
It might be. I have my dad call.
I love it.
I have my dad call the next segment. So we should be.
We got
should-
another segment.
We usually do it. We usually do 3. I'm not sure if you remember how this works because it's been about like 6 weeks since you've
Yeah,
been here.
I didn't even know how to show.
Yeah. By the way, you got to pay up tonight too. So.
Oh, sh-
Oh, I know.
No,
Yeah, buddy.
that's not a fair warning.
Yeah. Who needs a warning? Who needs a warning for $66? Good Lord.
$66.
Yeah. So, well, all right, B. We are ready for.
What
our,
are we doing, B?
Yeah, we should be ready for our next scheduled break there. So.
Our next guest.
Yeah. So no, we have a guest. Oh, that's right. We will see y'all in 2, 3, 4 minutes.
2 and
all
2.
right?
2 and 2.
So see you in 2 and 2.
2 and 2. You got to do it.
Which equals 4. So all right. See y'all in a bit. Bye bye.
Sayonara.
Go bathroom.
30 seconds, all clear.
When the normal BS just won't do. ChaoticRadio.com.
That's like Eddie Murphy and his organ.
Sorry, Eddie Murphy and his organ sounds like first of all, it sounds like a band playing at Coachella, and then secondly, Eddie Murphy and his organ sounds like something that is written in a lawsuit about sexual harassment.
Probably,
yes.
Probably in this.
Eddie
day of
Murphy
age.
and his organ. Yes. So, what is up? What is up? It is the final segment. The final
segment.
Thank goodness for our listeners.
Jesus, thank
Finally.
God. Finally.
Yeah, finally segment of Chaotic Sports here every Sunday night between 6 and 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Sweet.
We are
Chaotic Sports.
Chaotic Sports. That's what's your name?
That is CBA.
CBA, Captain Blackass. And your name, sir?
B.
And then I am
Julio.
Julio.
You should always wear
a Jewish star.
Yeah.
A chai.
Yeah.
You want me to wear a chai outside? Should I wear? I would have to wear open shirts in order to wear the high, so
Listen,
it
you gotta wear that
rests right on my chest area.
Yes, you gotta wear that star. Okay, with either a V-neck shirt or an open button-up shirt.
Absolutely.
And a baseball hat with that candle that you guys celebrate with.
The candle.
You know, that candle that has like
Menorah.
the menorah. There you
Yeah,
go.
menorah isn't just for Jews. You know,
What is it for?
Menorahs are for other religions as well. Other people use menorahs.
Kwanzaa.
The Kwanzites.
The Kwanzites
use menorahs.
They
as
also
well.
use it, but they don't promote it like the Jews do.
They call it a menorah. I shit you not. Well, can we get back to sports, please?
Oh my bad. Let's go.
This is a chaotic sports show, right?
What?
We should just have another show. I think we
I
should
thought
just have
this was a variety show.
we should just have it another show. Chaotic, whatever.
Sure. Come back to our variety show.
We are Chaotic Sports 909-360-8330 every Sunday night between 6 and 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will introduce all three of us again, but we'll do that later on. And we've got a few more minutes here before we have to go. And B, what is our topic of conversation coming up here right about now? Boom shakalaka.
Yes.
We're talking about NBA.
NBA.
All right. You see the Los Angeles Lonzo Balls? Yeah, buddy, looking good, baby.
He's not looking good.
They won 3 in a row.
It doesn't
or
matter.
4 in a row. Wait, did they win the last? They won yesterday. That was fantastic. That was beautiful. They're playing somebody crappy again
It's
tomorrow.
not because of Alonzo Ball.
It is because of Lonzo Ball.
It is not.
Thanks for paying attention to sports.
I
'cause
have been.
They lost 7 in a row when he was out. When they
Yes.
came back, they won
Yes.
3 in a row.
I heard that.
Yes. So
But
guess
it's
what?
not-
Guess who it is about?
The rest of the cast is damn good. They need to figure something out.
Wow. He just proved my point by calling the rest of the cast damn good. I appreciate that. So the Lakers are no longer the worst, second worst team in the league. Oh, they even passed Sacramento.
Yeah.
They were
They
below.
beat
That's
the
who they were playing
Spurs,
yesterday.
man.
Yep, they beat the Spurs.
They did beat the Spurs.
Without Kawhi. So
But they still beat they're 4
Yeah.
in a row right now. They beat
4
the
That was a good game too, by the way.
Hawks, Kings, Spurs, and Lakers. No,
No,
Hawks, Kings, Spurs, and Mavericks.
Mavericks was yesterday, yeah. So
Yeah.
they were down by 10 in the fourth quarter against the Mavs. Came back to win that game. Lakers. What about
I heard he's in the
Yeah,
talks for trading block.
the Lakers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The whole team?
The whole
No,
team?
no, Ball and
Ball ain't going anywhere.
They're not trading. Ball.
Yeah, they're not going to trade Ball. They knew they took him knowing what an ass his father was.
right.
What a pompous SOB he was. And they're not affected by that.
Okay.
And that's why I think that it wasn't a big deal that they didn't say anything about Luke's job until yesterday, about the safety of it and what kind of job they thought he was doing.
What'd they say?
The ownership. Yesterday, they just said they just texted tweeted a picture of Jeannie, Luke, and Rob Pelinka. I mean Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe.
Rob
Yeah.
Lowe's brother, lookalike, having dinner and saying we believe in Luke. You know, but it's like Luke. They know they weren't expecting a lot from Luke the first few years.
No, and then with the rookie team, I mean,
Yeah,
what's he
I
gonna
think
do?
they're showing a lot of upside. So
Yeah.
you know what? Does it mean that? Look, the guy that is rumored to come is David Fizdale. He was the ex Memphis coach, the one who got fired after they won 50-something games and made it to the playoffs and did well. And he's the one who got fired, but because Fizdale was one of LeBron's assistant coaches in Miami,
Yes.
and he loved Fizdale, And he also, when Fizdale got fired, he said he was active on Twitter, backing him up, saying that's doing it. They did him wrong.
They did it wrong. Yeah.
So they think that if Luke goes and Fizdale comes in as the
LeBron
coach,
comes.
LeBron will automatically come. If you gotta try that hard,
Ron ain't coming.
He's gonna stay put.
I will beg to differ with you. If what I just said happens, which I don't think will happen, if Fizdale ends up being the coach, I think LeBron comes. I think there's
And LeBron's gonna come here to do what?
to make them a finals team again. They would be in the Western Conference Final next year if LeBron
With
comes.
who surrounding LeBron?
The team that's currently on there minus Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance.
No,
They're not going to trade Randall anymore. I think Randall's solid now.
Well, Randall was one of the main ones to.
Yeah, he was one of the
put
guys
up on the rumors. Yeah.
Well, he was playing. He's playing inspired ball this year.
Well, of course. I
He's
mean,
playing for that
he's
contract.
gonna leave a Showtime team to probably end up in, I don't even want to say Minnesota because they're really good.
Minnesota, not Minnesota. The Bucks are looking good too.
Well, yeah, they
Ever
got
since they got
the
Eric
Greek.
Bledsoe and the Greek Freak, they are looking amazing.
Minnesota. I was going to doubt you about Minnesota. But they're
No,
actually,
Minnesota's looking
Minnesota's
good, too.
playing good.
Minnesota's actually in first
It's
place.
the former Bulls
They're in
team over
fourth
there.
place right now.
Yeah.
They're 28-16, and they are looking great.
Yeah, but they're leading.
Jimmy
they're
Buckets
they're
is
leading
playing-
the Northwest.
Okay,
So-
I got a question for you. So this
yes,
came
sir.
up last this week.
Huh?
There was actually thinking about a trade. Blake Griffin for Karl Anthony Towns straight up. What do you do?
You're on
You do it.
crack. Yeah, if you're the Clippers, you do it. If you're the
Yeah,
Minnesota,
well, yeah, if you're the
the
Clippers, you do
Minnesota,
it.
you run.
Well, of
You
course,
hang up- here, you got to hang up the phone thing because that's what we need to clip right now. Because that's what you need. Is like you're on crack.
Well, one team's got to be crazy to do it. The other one's got to be beneficial. So
Karl Anthony Towns is there's 3 to 5 players in the NBA you might trade for Karl Anthony Towns straight up, and it ain't Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin cannot stay healthy, and even when he is healthy, pardon me, he's just not dynamic enough. He's fun.
He's not dynamic enough. Dude's shooting 3-pointers right now. He's turned into
he's
Karl
growing.
Malone.
He's growing.
Turning to Karl Malone. He's legit Karl Malone. He can make a jump shot. He can get inside. He's looking great.
The only thing I don't like about Blake is his post-up game. When he gets down low, he plays that position like if he's a 14-year-old playing that game. He does about 6 moves before he can get to the bucket, where he should just be making one strong move and using his height and strength to put it down. And that's the only thing. I don't understand how they have not gotten a coach to be able to teach him that yet, which is ridiculous, man. I mean, how many years has he been in the league, B?
7.
7 years, and he still can't figure out how to play the post. That's so stupid.
He plays the post by dunking.
That's it. When he's got an open lane. But when he's got somebody playing defense on him, God forbid he could do something.
When was his last big shot? I mean that's what I mean. Like
He hit a 3-pointer against the Suns to win the game. He hasn't hit. I think this year he hasn't hit too many big shots. But
he's one of those guys that disappears in games. Like he just
So do you think he's the reason why Chris Paul left?
absolutely, absolutely. Chris Paul came. I told you the interview I saw with Chris Paul, and he was sitting down with the head of Disney. I want to say it was. I think it was not Iger, and they were talking before he made his decision, and he said that the Clippers as an organization, that as a team, don't do team activities together. And then when it was brought up at one point to like, hey, let's go to the movies, like these movie days, or they go out to dinner together or something, that literally people pouted like, do we really have to? Like, and hell, if you're a team builder like that, which obviously Chris Paul is, I think James Harden is, because you get people to play with you who don't look like they're good enough to put out the kind of output they're putting, and they do it successfully. So I think it had to be Blake, it had to be DJ, or I mean, if you're a team with 3, the big 3, whatever you want to call it, the rest of the guys
Don't matter.
Matter little.
They're going to follow one or the other.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if it had to be one of those 3, it had to be DJ or Blake. DJ looks like he just wants to have fun all the time. I don't know. For me, I would like to have DJ on my team.
Yeah.
In the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He's hitting 3-pointer. He's hitting free throws now. He's had 68% free throw shooter. So Hackett DJ doesn't work anymore. like he used to.
I'm sorry, 68%.
68%. He was at 40
Pretty goddamn
or
good.
40 or 30.
68 ain't bad.
Yeah.
They were talking about that recently on the Dan Patrick show. Shout out to my competition out there.
What's up?
Yeah, but the
But we're
but
international.
Hack-a-Shack. Hack-a-Shack. At one point, Shaq decided to work on his free throws and was up to 60%.
Yeah, well, they
And
got
then-
that one coach that came
and then
in.
he stopped.
Okay,
completely
my
stopped.
bad. 64.3 currently.
Doesn't matter,
That's
still
okay.
good.
It's way better than what
Yeah.
he was. That's acceptable.
That's
It's
better
absolutely
than
acceptable
some of the better shooters out there.
because he changed his shot. I mean, what's going on? I don't get the Clipper station at home, so I don't know.
You don't get 570?
No,
Or you be prime ticket?
he
I-
just
I-
chooses
I-
not to
I-
put it
I-
on there.
No, I've never seen it. Wait, do I?
Whatever.
So-
I
Prime
don't have
ticket,
that,
Fox
I don't have
Sports
that
Prime ticket.
package.
Whatever.
Wink, wink. I don't get that package. I know what damn show the channel the Lakers are on. That's all I know. So,
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yay.
So
Tasty cakes.
yeah, that
we getting cheesesteaks next week, by the way.
We should be.
Man, that'd be so awesome if they actually show. Did you give him that? Did you get the address?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's fantastic. If you missed out the first part of the show, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting cheesesteaks from was it Dino's and Gino's and
he said Geno's and
Dino, I forget the other one across the street. There's-
Dina's or some
yeah,
bullshit.
there's two across the street from each other in Philly. It's pretty
Love
famous.
it.
Man versus Food went to both of them. You know, Adam Richmond, one of my boys.
Sweet.
So yeah, so Clippers suck. What was you saying?
Warning. Bullshitter alert.
Hold on. B wants to celebrate their 500 record. I told him that's
I
that's
am
impossible.
celebrating that 500 record. I think it's amazing they're 500, considering that their starting five has been out. Every one of their starting five has been injured this year. Milos was out for the first 20 games.
Yeah.
Gallinari's been out. He played, I think, 3 games this year.
Yeah, that's
Patrick Beverly
bullshit.
played 4 games, and he's out for the complete season. I mean, currently, our backups are getting beat the hell up.
I think
B.
Rivers is
who's
out.
Who's the conditioning coach for the Clippers?
No shit, that guy needs to get fired.
Yeah.
Is it still Jason?
I'll find out.
Yeah,
B,
he's
they-
a real, he's
they
a real
need
nice
to make-
guy.
They need to make a trade. There's seriously they need to restructure this team right
They
now.
should trade Blake Griffin to somebody for 7 players. Because it worked so well last time.
They're picking up the
Hey,
phone right now and
I
saying,
saw,
"Hey,
I saw on a highlight yesterday, Sam Decker stole the ball and dunked. And I was like,
Decker got yesterday on the game.
I was-
8 Clippers were in double figures.
wow, that's how you know your team's not very good when so many people are in double figures. Yeah. They
We
ta-
won by a lot.
Hey,
That means
I
your
know,
bench was playing.
But they were
No,
talking
no.
about that recently. But that some of the worst teams in the NBA, they have more players in the double figures, and the better teams have fewer because you're leaning on your stars at the end of the game. You know, so,
Right.
Yeah.
The Timberwolves the other day, I don't know if it was yesterday or day before, but they had about 5 players in
So, are you a Timberwolves fan?
that team's exciting to
Well,
watch.
I'm just wondering because I mean it is Bulls. I mean,
Exciting to watch.
hold on.
Now Mirotic
Hold on.
is holding his own in that. Hey, B, what's that rookie's name that they got over there?
Geographically, where is Minnesota from Chicago? Is that would be It's north. It's northwest, isn't it? It is
Northwest, yeah.
slightly northwest.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it is Bulls northwest. I mean, are you a fan of the Minnesota Timberwolves?
No, I like watching him. I like Jimmy Butler, and I hated the fact that they got rid of him from
I like
the Bulls.
Taj.
He's good.
I like Taj Gibson.
He gets
Jamal
in there, gets dirty.
Crawford.
Jamal.
Crawford's there.
Oh, talk about Jamal Crawford. Lou Williams this week, son of a biznatch.
50 points.
50. Is he
Yeah.
coming off the bench?
He's still coming off
He
the
is.
bench. Actually, he started yesterday,
Oh, my
but he's still
goodness.
coming off the bench
Yep.
because that's his role.
Sweet Lou. What do they call him now? Lou Buckets.
Lou
right?
Buckets.
Oh,
buckets,
come
that's
on. They give him
nice.
loot buckets?
That is nice.
That's some bullshit right there.
Somebody's closed our door. They said, "You guys are dropping too much knowledge." That's what I'm talking about right there.
That's what
You
happens.
can't handle it. It's
When it
nerd.
comes to chaotic sports.
There's a nerd show coming up next. They're like, well, "You talking sports? You're
What they know shit.
what the hell?"
Close it. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, they might put the testosterone on us. We got some snacks for you guys coming
Hey,
up.
hey, how
We're
about-
leaving our snacks in the room. There's a weight loss challenge. Yes, there's a weight loss challenge going on, and one of the members of the nerd show is
Yeah.
also part of that weight loss challenge.
The bag will not be open.
So we're gonna open the bag and leave them here
Let
for
the
you.
aromas flourish.
Yeah. We're gonna order in some fast
Hey,
food Chinese food and bring it over here. Make
so-
sure you guys get plenty of food to eat.
Remember when the trade happened with Kyrie and Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah, yeah.
Yeah.
Worst
Remember what you said? What was the worst, the better trade?
No, I didn't say anything was better. I said it.
You said that one team was going to benefit better.
No. I don't think I said anything. One team was a benefit better. I said it was. I know where you're going with that.
Yeah. Where am I going?
That Isaiah is no Kyrie, and that is true. But I thought that they did a good job in the trade.
You thought
I thought Cleveland did a pretty good job in the trade, and I still do. I just think Cleveland.
Still do.
I still think Cleveland just gets in those funks where Cleveland just decides. We saw it with the Lakers. We see it with teams
regardless of what Kyrie is doing.
See what teams who are successful year after year, they just go.
Have you watched Kyrie play with the Celtics?
They just don't. They don't try hard when they know it
Have you
only
watched
matters in
him
the
play?
playoffs.
B, have you watched him play?
He's damn good. And that the thing that scares me about it, what happens if that team actually had the dude they got from Utah?
Yeah.
If they-
Gordon.
The Gordon was playing right now.
I mean,
the
they
Celtics would be amazing. No, Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon is
on the
your uncle.
Rockets.
No, Eric Gordon was my best friend in 4th and 5th grade.
He's playing on the Rockets.
I mean, dude. Hey, seriously, B. How many players have left the Clippers and are fantastic players on other teams?
Zero.
Gordon.
Eric Gordon, but Eric Gordon came for the Chris Paul trade.
Yeah. Wasn't
Bledsoe was the best.
Bledsoe's also doing.
Bledsoe
Hasn't been very many.
Bledsoe was a free agent. He needed to get paid. So he got paid from the Suns, and then he said, hey, screw the Suns, and got moved up to Minnesota. Not Minnesota, but the Bucks, Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And now they are killing it.
They're killing
Bucks are looking great in the
Yeah.
East.
There's like 2 more players.
There's a whole
out
bunch
there.
of players that the Clippers used to play Cleveland Clippers.
And recent players that were there, and they did not utilize them and traded them
I
away.
don't think they didn't utilize them. They didn't have a cap space. The Clippers' cap numbers are pretty screwed up right now. That's why they're having problems with this whole getting the guys from the Agua Caliente Clippers. Because if you play 45 days on your minor league contract, after the 45th day, you're automatically signed to the minimum NBA contract. But the Clippers right now have been in the tax, where they go over. They have to pay extra money for going over for the past 2 years. Per the tax rules, if you go into 3 years, the first 2 years you only pay. It's $1 for $1. So if you go over by $1, you pay into $1.
Okay.
So per the third year, if you go over by $1, you pay into it for $2.50. So that person costs you a lot more. The reason why the reason why we know about this is because they had that whole thing with Jeremy Lin, and they gave him a poison pill contract. Him and both Omar Ashik. Those are 2 guys that got the biggest poison pill contracts. For the first 2 years were like cheap, like $1 million, and all of a sudden their last year was like $10 million. So if anybody wanted to pick them up and they were underneath they didn't want to trade for them, and they were
shit out of luck,
and they were over the cap. If they want to get somebody better, they would have to pay like 2.5 times what they would pay for them. On top of that, with luxury tax. So the Clippers currently, their tax situation has them a little screwy, and we thought it wouldn't be that bad because Chris Paul left and Blake Griffin left. Unfortunately,
Blake didn't leave.
Yeah, Blake didn't leave. Chris Paul left. They thought Chris Paul left and Blake Griffin would leave, and they both would have left. Their cap would have been perfect. But since Chris Paul left, they had to make some negotiations, and if they pick up C.J. Williams, who's the guy from the Agua Caliente Clippers, who's actually he was starting for the past 4 or 5 games, so he got injured. They would be in that cap area again. They probably have to trade away Willie Reed or something like that to get under the cap.
Yeah,
this year is the year for them to get under the cap to make sure they can make the moves they need to make next year.
Send Blake to the Lakers.
Lakers don't want him.
No, sports has changed the way you spend. They're in these free cap leagues, like basketball and baseball. It used to be, hey, just spend it, and when you're over luxury cap, it was $1 for $1 thing.
Yeah.
And then they've changed it, and that's what the Dodgers are doing this year. The Dodgers are not going to go. Don't expect the Dodgers to sign anybody this offseason of any known free agents, because they're not going to go over the cap.
They're going to be like reserves that they just bring in.
They have to be under the cap. So next year they start again with the cap.
And that's the big reason why they didn't get Stanton, right?
Well, no, they didn't. I don't think they ever wanted. Honestly, I don't think they ever wanted Stanton. But yeah, I mean that's why they're not going after any free agents. They're not going to re-sign Darvish. They're not going to do any.
That's what I was just going to ask. The only thing I want to know is if they've gotten rid of Darvish.
Darvish is a free agent. He can go wherever he wants because he ain't coming back. We know.
Well, they should have just closed the door on his ass.
I'd give him a 1-year, $20 million contract
to come back.
Darvish is still a great pitcher.
Who gives a shit? He ruined everything.
He didn't ruin it on purpose.
He did.
No, not on purpose, but
he's Iranian and
sucks balls.
And Japanese.
Well, that's a bad mix.
Why? Why is that a bad mix? Go ahead, racist Uncle Roy. Racist Uncle Roy. Go
Who's
ahead.
Roy?
Sorry, racist Uncle Captain Blackass. Tell us why you're being
Iranian,
and Japanese.
just the Iranian portion of it.
Oh, wow. That is the Modelo.
Hey, Mr. Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. Are those? Is he from a shithole country? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
I didn't say that, bro.
Murderers and rapists. That's what they sent us. Murderers and rapists and racists.
Yeah.
That's what Mexico sent us.
You Darvish's stats for the past year.
Yes, let's see.
10 wins, 12 losses. 3.86 ERA.
What?
Wins and losses don't mean anything in baseball.
What are we looking
Okay.
for?
3.86 is fine.
Innings pitched 186.2. Hits 159.
ERA is the only thing you can.
What's his ERA?
ERA
Is
is the only thing
3.86.
you can control in baseball.
3.86?
Yes.
Yeah, but when he was with the Dodgers, he had it was blended. When he was Dodgers, he was 3.44.
Yes. So
I'm trying to find a strikeout.
3.4. I'm telling you, 3.44 is a good pitcher. It's not Clayton Kershaw, but
What's Clayton's?
It's a very good pitcher.
Okay, what's Clayton's?
He was 2.5, probably 2.5 this year. Maybe.
No, he's got to be lower than that, no?
He gave a lot of home runs this year. No, maybe you know what? I think he might have been. I think it was about two. But ask me what it is in the playoffs. It's a little more than that. So
What was Hershiser's?
ooh yeah, 1.85.
Exactly. And
In
Darvish
88.
is 3.44.
No, Hershiser had one great year. Darvish has had.
He's not good.
He's had years better than Hershiser's year. I hate to tell you, just not as magical.
He's not
Kershaw's last year was 2.31. The year before that, 1.69.
Come on.
You're comparing him to the greatest pitcher.
You're saying he's good. He's a good pitcher. Darvish
Okay,
is a
Michael
good
Jordan
pitcher.
compared to everybody else.
I would give him another year.
You just did the best pitcher of the last 20 years versus anybody.
And that's what you compare them to.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Who would you compare Darvish to?
Can I get the bullshit alert, please?
Nope.
Hold on.
Nope.
I'm patient. He's comparing the best pitch. I said Yu Darvish is a good pitcher, which he is. He shit the bed twice in the World Series.
And that's enough.
That doesn't mean he's not a good pitcher.
Okay. Is he going to take us out with that?
Yes, that should be our.
I should.
That should just be our intro or outro. That should be all of our music.
Intro, outro.
Yeah. So So Darvish is a good pitcher.
Okay.
He got offered 7 years, $140 million from the Yankees.
He should have taken it.
He turned it down.
He did?
He turned it down
Because he wants to come back and ruin our world?
They said that he's working on a deal with the Cubs. And I hate to tell you, if he goes to pitch for the Cubs,
That's horrible. That's horrible for the Dodgers.
I think it is horrible for the Dodgers too.
Really?
He's a way better pitcher than Jake Arrieta was.
Dude,
Yes.
no. The Cubs have a great bullpen. They have a great starting pitching. That's if they put Darvish in there, it's gonna be.
I'm not sure about the bullpen, to be honest.
Oh,
They lost Davis, so I'm not sure if they picked up anybody else.
He goes to the Cubs, and then we play them again.
We're gonna play them in the.
And he shuts us down. I swear to God, somebody's going to shoot him.
He pitched wonderfully in the.
Somebody's going to shoot him.
In the first and in the NLDS and the NLCS. He pitched beautifully. It's just the World Series he shit the bed. That was it.
No, that's not the one that counts.
No, not at all.
No, please.
Game 7. What the hell?
Fuck us.
You suck at Darvish. You suck really bad. Did I tell you about the Japanese family I saw in Houston when I went to Houston wearing Yu Darvish jerseys? And I went, wait a second, hold on. Which team are you going for?
Yeah.
You know, who are you going for? Are you going for Darvish? Darvish in Darvish is for the Dodgers or Darvish because he was an old American pitcher in Texas?
Yeah.
We like Dodgers. Dodgers very good. Yeah, Darvish.
They hate you right now.
Who,
And
all of Japan?
Those Japanese listeners.
What about
right
the Iranians listening?
No, they don't listen to radio. They don't got radio.
It's our one person watching this show, so I'm not tripping anymore. If we were at 10, I'd probably get a little upset. But if we're at one person,
I show 2. I don't know about you. I show that other person might be Iranian. I might be really mad right now. We're gonna get a call from the FCC.
Listen, like
we're not regulated by them. I'm just
like Heidi and
whatever.
Frank say, you got to listen to the whole show.
I cannot believe that Frank has not been arrested for been taken down with the with all the sexual harassment stuff going around.
No, it's
The way that guy talks, man.
Yeah. Why do you think he serves in Malork on a daily basis? So everybody forgets what the hell was said.
I don't even know what that means. What's a Malork? That sounds like a something that we talked about on the Nerd Show next.
It's something very bad. I don't know. They end up throwing up on the show the whole time.
Oh my God, Venus Williams lost in the first round of the Australian Open.
Really,
Is that-
Venus?
Venus.
Venus.
Aren't you sad?
No, I'm not. She shouldn't be playing no more.
Why? Because she's old?
No, she's sick.
No, Venus is not sick.
Venus is sick.
Venus is not sick.
Venus has an illness.
Well, you have an illness. It's called
She-
pendejoism.
No, Venus has a illness. She shouldn't be playing.
Really? Wow. What illness is
No,
that?
I'm serious. I'm not joking.
You're not choking?
I think it's autoimmune.
Really?
Yeah.
Autoimmune, huh?
Yes.
Autoimmune deficiency syndrome?
Some bullshit, but she gets really bad.
She has the AIDS?
Such a dick.
Autoimmune deficiency syndrome. I knew that one might go over your head.
It has something to do with her immune system. I don't know, but
Yeah.
she gets very bad.
Is that why she's the least attractive of the Williams sister?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out. Or will we? Wait, so is Venus Williams wait, if I say Venus Williams is a good tennis player because she's not as good as her sister, does that mean I just said something really crazy? Venus Williams is a good tennis player.
Who's better?
That wasn't the question.
Who's better?
I'm using your analogy from
Who's
before.
better?
When Darvish is not a good pitcher because he's not as good as Clayton Kershaw. Wait, Martina Navratilova, good.
You're
good
backing
good
up a
tennis player.
pitcher
Good
that
tennis-
no, you're backing up a pitcher that ruined your World Series.
Didn't ruin my World Series. I had a great time.
No, you sure?
I mean, I'm getting over it.
Yeah, you sure?
I'm at stage 11 of 12. right
Let's
now.
hear. You sure?
Yeah. Oh my God. What is that?
What does that mean?
Oh. Yeah, we got some dance music going on in the background.
Is that like the
Let me feel you.
Golden Globes where we're talking and they put the music over us?
We'd like to thank the Academy, our moms and dads for telling us to strive for the mediocre.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody who spoke bad of us, we couldn't do it.
Who said we wouldn't be able to afford our airtime here
Yeah.
on the radio station?
Haha, who's laughing now,
yeah,
bro?
Yeah, watch out, pendejos.
We're getting cheesesteaks next week.
No, we're not.
You speak French?
Yeah, we. B and I are getting cheesesteaks next week.
Wow.
And again, you will be able to
Listen.
smell our breath and our farts. And
It's a team of 3.
It was. And Alizé will be happy. If she comes in back next week, she'll be happy. To give
I
her a
will
third.
remember this shit.
You can remember it all day.
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a shit.
Yes. On the
Why?
Discovery
Why am I
Channel.
here?
Hey, babe, because I picked you up. That's right. You just wasted 2 hours or an hour and 45
Hey,
minutes.
whoa, wasted. Come
Well,
on,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, you wasted 2 hours.
They
of your-
got wasted while they were listening.
That's right. We will catch y'all next week. Thanks for listening to Chaotic
Hopefully.
Sports. That's B, that's CBA, and
That's
I'm
me.
El Judío, the Jew. See you next week, and for more awesome insight. Into
And
the
we're
world
not
of
leaving
sports.
bad snacks open.
We are leaving snacks for the nerds, or just one of them.
One of them.